Yes, yes, yes. We back. It's a nigga pod. A lot of testosterone today, guys. No Alicia. Norm is still in Ottawa doing Prison Dancer. If you guys are out in Ottawa, check out Prison Dancer, man. This guy's working hard, singing his ass off. He's dancing, which is a rare sight. A rare sight. Nah, but we here. We got Duke in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We got
sir.
Gabe in the building.
I'm back.
And we got a sixth legend. Can't even say that without this guy, to be honest.
Facts.
This guy has supplied businesses with brand names. He's pretty supplied the city with merch. Tattoo ideas for forever.
Oh my God, that's a fact.
What's up, man?
And this guy has made his imprint on the city in a huge, huge way. Make some fucking noise for Jimmy Prime!
Appreciate you, man.
That's a lot of love right there. I appreciate it.
Jeez. We've been trying to do this for a minute. We've been trying to get this guy on
It
forever.
was crazy. It's crazy because it was always something came up. but
Always.
Everything happens for a reason, man. Must be perfect timing. now.
We here. You got the racist sunglasses on.
Yes,
You
sir.
a trucker?
I'm reclaiming
This guy's a
them.
trucker, man.
that's the 400 meter
You
hurdle
know,
shit.
you know what it is?
Let's go to the
We can't
Olympics.
let them take that type of shit.
You're right. I like that
We
energy.
gotta say, yo, hold up.
Roberto Alomar put them on first. I don't know if
No,
I don't
that's
know.
the Otto
Who's
Boldens.
that?
The which one?
The Otto Boldens.
Raise your mic up.
my fault.
Yeah. Raise that up.
Oh,
Or
that's Otto Bolden.
Matt, you got it.
Who's that?
I'll
Who's
help him
Otto?
out there.
Oh, you don't know what?
I
Otto
don't know
Bolden?
that nigga. No.
Oh, that was one of the niggas contending with Ben Johnson in track. That was the first nigga to put
Okay.
shades on
Did
the
he
track.
take
That's what I'm
steroids?
saying.
Oh, most
Couldn't
definitely.
compete then.
Oh, all those niggas.
He couldn't compete then. Yo, I think everybody should be able to take steroids still.
Yeah.
I think sports would be fucking lit. Like, why are we?
I hate to break it to you, brother. They're already doing it.
Exact. No, but I mean
already
like,
happening.
I mean like well-known, like
LeBron's
started
how
from
old?
high
I was
school.
about to say, you don't think LeBron's doing
that'd be
nothing?
insane.
LeBron
I've
must
been
be on
thinking
something.
LeBron's
LeBron's
done
on
something.
something. It's not taking steroids because we don't even know it's a steroid.
Yeah.
yet.
I think
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think there's certain people in sports that are too important to the sport.
For sure.
Tom
Where
Brady.
things will be overlooked.
Remember Tiger Woods got that shit taken care of one time? He came up negative on a drug test, and all of a sudden, now you got a pill problem. Don't worry about you.
There you
No
go.
steroids.
It was Viagra. He fucks hoes. You guys know he fucks hoes.
He's got issues.
Even if that was the secret to it, like them niggas are just popping like 50 Viagras before a game.
Hey,
That's freaky.
I know a lot of football
Pause.
players mix in Molly.
What kind of time are they on, bro?
I know a lot of football players play on Molly and
Okay.
mix in Molly for workouts and shit like that.
I heard Ocho
Why?
Cinco say he took a Viagra before the game, but I don't know
It
if he was
dilates your
joking or what.
vessels. That's the idea.
Is that what it
There
does?
you go, yeah,
So what?
yeah,
You
you're
More
breathe?
oxygen,
Oh,
more oxygen
yeah,
to your
yeah.
muscles.
Stamina.
Yeah.
Niggas is playing football hard dick. Just tackling niggas.
That's
Nigga go to
no,
grab you, grab
Lordy.
dick and take you down. That's crazy. That's insane.
A workplace
Do they wear jock
violation.
straps?
That is
Do they wear jock
harassment.
straps?
I feel like you
Yeah.
should because you don't want to get hit in the nuts.
Yeah.
But for some positions, maybe you won't because you don't want to be slowed down type shit. I don't know.
Dog, you're getting hit by a fucking Mack truck of dudes. Yeah, you're gonna want to be
Yo,
protected.
and he's bricked up, bro.
And you're bricked up.
That's nasty, bro.
Fucking
It's a scary
crazy.
game, bro. Football's
That's a
even
different
scarier
type of
now.
coverage still.
I thought football was scary already.
kinda
And
nuts.
now I
That's
know
like-
these 400-pound niggas are bricked up at the same
Yeah.
time. That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
get me off the field, bro.
That's my worst
That's
nightmare right
I'm
there.
done.
As a Jamaican, it just doesn't agree with me in my soul.
That is harassment.
Oh
at the
man!
workplace.
But like I said, we got Jimmy Prime in the building, man.
Nah, it's
Listen,
good to be here, man.
you
for
created
sure.
something obviously monumental, humongous for the city, bricked up for the city. And the six. I want to know where you were when you came up with that.
Shit. I was probably at my friend's crib or at the studio or something. We were just like writing raps and shit like that, you know. Just coming up with things that we wanted to call the city, because you know when I was younger we used to run around the city a lot, you know, and at the time it was the T-Dot thing. The T-Dot thing,
Yeah.
you know, was popping on.
Screwface.
Yeah.
T-Dot, Screwface. What else do we have?
I feel like that was it, but it was like a real like, oh well, T-Dot O. Like,
T-Dot
you know,
O, yeah. I don't know. I don't get that one.
T.O. is kind of.
T-Dot O dot. I'm like, all right, man.
Tomato.
it wasn't really too wavy. So yeah, I think I was at my homie Tristan's crib. We were above his grandma's shop on Eglinton, And yeah, I was just writing and I came up with it. Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to the guys, man.
And they don't want to
to
make Eglinton area a heritage center. This is like, this is Canadian heritage right here.
Heritage moment.
Being
Live.
made on Eglinton.
100%.
Holy shit. That that has, I mean, we've all seen the effects. Like, and I honestly, I don't know if it irks you. It irks me when people spell it the number 6 IX.
You don't like that?
I hate it.
I feel like
hate it
I
so
feel like
much.
I like it.
I hate it.
I like it.
You,
It
you
looks
have to find a
tacky.
decision on it,
Right?
respectfully.
Yeah, I'm indifferent to it. You know, I see why people do it, especially because sometimes the other one's taken. So, you know, you got to diversify. You know?
How do you feel about, how was it seeing everybody embrace it and like make brands and whole businesses behind it? Like, are you owed funds? What's going on?
Oh no. It's funny because it's
Reparations.
One of those, yeah, right? A lot of people say that, but it's hard to monetize an idea like that. Like, you know, like Drake, he paid me my respect and shit. Like, you know, we did business and shit like that. But it's like, you know, even like, I guess even if let's say I gave him the rights to it, right? It's not like he's out here taxing. I seen a place the other day called like 6 Rehab. You know, I'm sure he's
That's
not
crazy.
taxing.
That is
rehab.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
The
like-
market penetrations with the white folks in the
6
healthcare industry.
rehab.
Yeah, everyone's gonna go Google it now. They're gonna get a surge in business.
Gonna
bro.
make rehab hip. That's crazy. How do we get them in here?
But yeah, no, it's cool. I like that everyone runs with it. It's kind of what you envision when you like. For me, I think big, right? Like when I have an idea, like I like to imagine it to the full potential of it. So I think it lived like, you know, it came to life the way it was supposed to. You know?
Yeah, for real.
Does it bother you that you don't get the credit for it?
No, not really, not at all. It's bro, there's bigger things in life to get credit for. Like, you know, if I'm gonna get credit for something, it's gonna be like, you know, if I beat a nigga up, I don't want to hear that someone else beat the nigga up. Like, give me my credit, you know, on some personal shit. But like, when it comes to an idea like that, it's like the city needs some shit like that. Like, who cares who came up with the Big Apple? Like,
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Facts.
good point.
Right? Like, or like.
I mean,
well,
I care if they're black and, you know, they're owed money.
yeah. I'm sure, hey, man, one day I'll be in the history books, you know, a little sidebar or whatever, like, you know, and I'm cool with that. Like, you know, I
That's
want to
how I
make
look at
history.
it, too.
Yeah, I want to make history in more ways than just that, anyways. Like, you know. But,
Yeah. For me, it's always about contributing to the city's identity. I notice that with everything that I do. There's a concerted effort to give this city more of personality and more of a front-facing personality that's not the usual shit that we get.
Yeah.
And especially when you talk about like different media spaces, like podcasting, like people are like, "Yo, are you mad? There's so many podcasts now." I'm like, why would that make me mad?
Yeah.
Like you need an ecosystem for things to grow. I'm not gonna grow if I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even make sense. People wouldn't understand what's going on.
100%.
And so more people doing podcasts, more people doing YouTube, more people doing skits, all that shit adds legitimacy to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like the more people from outside of the city understand the identity of the city, the more the jokes hit when we start to tell certain jokes and shit.
It's so much
You
easier.
know, you guys see when Schultz came to town the other day?
Yeah.
It was like, yo, he's cracking jokes like as if he lived in Toronto his whole life.
Well,
And it wasn't like that before.
He does
bro.
his research.
He's,
so-
he's
I
one of
know
the
he does
ones.
his
Like, he
research.
does that every city he
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
to. Like he's tapped in.
I feel him on that, but even then, it's just like now at least Toronto has an identity.
Facts.
Yeah.
I
Facts.
felt like for a long time we didn't even have an identity. You
Well,
know?
people like Schultz have been coming here for so long that there's so many pockets of people that know the secret of Toronto. It's like a secret to everybody else outside because you're constantly seeing, especially in the NBA, players talk about how much they love the city and it's the best years of their career. Tyler Hansbrough and Lou Will said the same thing in the same week.
Here, though. What's that about? What's that
Customs.
about? Yeah, they need to fix up.
Customs needs to fix up,
Yeah.
honestly, because it's
I'm
not
gonna be
that
honest with you. If those niggas is talking about customs, they don't have very good lawyers.
it's customs and taxes.
There are enough.
They're losing money
there's
as well.
enough businessmen that exist in Canada purely because of tax reasons that make just as much money as any athlete. Those guys just need to get better representation.
But do they live here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they live here. That's what I'm saying. Those guys are American.
Not any longer. It's not about living here as your it's primary residency and the amount of time you're there. Not to be like residential law here, but like there's a lot of guys who like ate off very well just off of living in Toronto.
I think what it is too for Americans, they're like, you know, like if you play for New York, you could drive to Chicago, Philly, Detroit, like, you know, Milwaukee. Like you could drive all these places. Like when you're here, it's like, oh, I gotta go across the border and this and that. They're gonna ask me questions. Like it is a little
People don't say that about like London. People don't say that about moving to like Paris.
But the sports aren't playing there.
Yeah, well,
That's the difference.
yeah.
If the NBA was also they had a London and a Paris team, you'd probably see that same pushback because of flight time or customs or any of that shit. I think it's an excuse. I agree with you. I think it's a veiled excuse because of they just want to be in America. Like
That's all it is.
Just say that. You know what I
That's all
mean?
it is.
Just say you love America and
there's-
everywhere else seems like weird to
There's
you.
no way
of
you
course.
can say that Canada's super cold and you have teams in fucking Milwaukee.
And Minnesota that are higher up and more north than us.
Yeah.
like
Like, what are we
they're-
talking about?
New
that-
York
yeah.
snows just as much. Last
Utah?
year it snowed more in New York than it did here.
Chicago gets colder than most of Canada.
The
That's a fact,
windy
that's a
city.
What are
Yeah.
we talking about?
It's the American
New
marketing,
York,
though, like-
New York City has the exact same climate as Toronto. If not, they get more snow.
It's a little. It's like
They got more snow last year. I'm telling
Because
you.
they're
I
off
watched
the
it.
ocean.
I watched it. They were deading last year because I don't know what it was about where they were specifically. They got like those polar vortex shits.
Yeah.
The one that we got at All-Star Weekend. They got it like 3 times last year.
Yeah.
And nobody says dick.
And nobody says it pisses me off, bro. It pisses me off because they try to act like there are days it was snowstorm. There was a snowstorm there and it was sunny here. And I'm like,
Oh, bear times.
y'all niggas talk shit about us and are dying. Climate change is fucking you up as well. So it's like, it's just weird. It's just super weird.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys are big on that, like building the personality for the city. Like both you and like the media space, and then him with like the name, right?
Yeah.
Back to that though, I was really curious. Like, what is the meaning behind 6? Like a lot of times I see people like make these think pieces about there's 6 barrels in the city, 416, 647.
Well,
like,
it's all that.
Yeah.
Well, I
all
want to
that.
hear him say it. Like,
Yeah.
what is it?
It's like, yeah, for me, it started with the 416, 647, but definitely, you know, the 6 boroughs thing, it comes into play and it works out perfectly, you know. But yeah, for me, it was just a vibe, man. It just sounded cool. Like, you know, it's like someone gives you a nickname, like, oh yeah, like we call him Big Tooth because of this, but it's like, you know, Big Tooth just sounds cool too.
Facts.
I hear you.
Is it interesting now that it's been many years that the 6 has been kind of like moving and shaking in the streets, that other people have like ascribed other meanings to it, that it was never your intention? You're like, that wasn't really what I was thinking, but like, go for it. I like that.
Yeah, like I said, like it's just one of those things. Like it's funny when you come up with a nickname and then people start finding other ways why it makes sense. It's like you feeling like, oh, like yeah, I tapped into something special there.
They
You
add
know?
they add to your genius, and you just go,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
48 laws of power. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I did that for sure. And I'm seeing other cities, especially in the States, adopt that type of shit now. Oh, something from the 9. Remember there's that artist Skinny from the 9?
Yeah, bro. That's man. That guy for sure stole my name, bro. It's funny because it's just my Instagram name, and this dude made it his whole like
Skinny
real
from the
life.
9. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? I was like, hope it's not bricked up. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that the whole episode. Or am I?
Now it's a bit.
Bidding, obviously you put down the music.
Yeah,
Picked up the gloves, put the pen down, picked up the gloves, then picked the pen back up again and said, fuck it. The pen is for me. I do what I want with the pen.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Andre 3000 talking a lot about being retired and stuff like that, and that is what I feel a lot like you know, like I'm retired, but you know, naturally I'm an artist. Like I have certain friends like Damien, who I dropped the last track with. Like that's my boy. Like when we hang out, like yeah, we'll go out, we'll grab a bite to eat and shit, but then like we'll go like to his crib and record music, like just for fun type shit.
True.
It's like the nature of our relationship is that we make music. You know, I have a lot of friends that we make music together. You know, so sometimes when we hang out, we'll make music for fun, and there'll be times where I drop it, there'll be times I won't. It's like,
How do you decide?
well, for the case of my last song, it was just so fun. Like it just felt like such a good vibe, and I like to be like, you know, I'm really a good dude. Like, you know, like a lot of people think like, oh, I'm like this like super serious dude and shit like that.
That's your fault.
Yeah, it is my fault. Like,
That's your fault.
I'm trying to show people like I'm actually nice.
First time I met you, I thought you were serious.
When did you meet me the first time?
You
When was
were
that?
you were being a whore. Come on, we both know.
We got
We
him.
both know. We got it. He's being a whore naturally. And I was in the same house being a whore. And yeah, that's how we met initially.
Yeah,
That's a nasty meetup. Timeout. What the hell?
Wait.
What kind of Diddy shit got going on here?
No. Don't put that on my jacket.
we're fucking with the
Don't ever put that on my
yeah, we're
jacket.
fucking with the hoes. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I was doing my thing. He's he's doing his thing somewhere else.
Yeah.
We were both bricked up in different rooms. You know what I mean? Oh, my bad. Shit. Oh, shit. It's going to be very uncomfortable for the Jamaican listeners today. I'm going all in. But yeah, no, that's dope. I love when people don't take themselves too seriously. You know what I mean? And like, especially when you're talking about art, I feel like when you start taking yourself too seriously, it starts losing the meaning. You start losing the love, the passion for it. Yeah. When you just say, all right, I'm gonna do whatever I feel like it. If it bangs, it bangs. Who gives a fuck? Like, you know what I mean? That's when I find you make the best shit. You know? Oh, for sure. And I think also you begin to push the boundaries of what you are capable of and what other people perceive to be capable of. Like, the music you make now is nothing close to the music you made when you first started out. Even your persona on just in music in general, completely different. Is that intentional?
No, it's just like growth and evolution, right? And then I feel like authenticity is like the easiest thing to maintain. So as I get older, I try to like more and more so be myself. Because when you're young as an artist, I don't know if you feel the same as a comedian, but for an artist especially, like I felt like a rapper and shit, like I gotta present myself a certain way, you know, to be accepted type shit, like trying to fit in type shit almost, like, you know, where it's like as you get older, you more get comfortable in your own skin and you try to show people like the things that make you unique. And you realize the importance of telling your story and stuff like that, you know, and just being true to it, you know?
Yeah. Well, sometimes. Some people don't do that at all. Some people are stuck there.
It's just getting over the fear of failure. That's all that is.
Yeah, but it's even interesting that you say that because I feel like the first song I heard was I Heard, right? Back then, when I took that, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this whole vibe is crazy. So I couldn't even compare you guys to anybody else from the city at that time. So it's funny that you said that you guys were doing this to try to fit in. You guys automatically stood out.
Well, when I say that, I just mean like, okay, so I'll put it like this. It's not as if the things I was saying weren't true, especially at the time. Everything I was saying was true to my life at the time, right? It's just like, almost like omitting truths. Like, I'm going to tell you guys about the week that I have 20 bands. I'm not going to tell you guys about the week that I was all fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that was like the young part of me, right? Not, you know, or like just not really being able to express your vulnerabilities properly and shit like that. Of course.
Especially in that music space, you don't want to. Because that's exposing you as like, just in terms of if anyone has anything to say about you, now you're giving them more fuel, giving them more ammo to work against you when you don't need to, and you're not that type of artist at that point yet.
Exactly, because I hadn't grown into it. But then as you get older, you start to realize, like, hey man, like the sickest part of 8 Mile was when he called himself.
I was just about to say that.
Right, he called himself a park trash piece of shit. It's like, that's funny. Like, you know, it's funny, and it's like, now what are you gonna say? Because I already told you all my flaws, right? Facts. So I think that's the part of being a rapper that I've kind of come to, that more in the future, that when I do drop stuff, it'll be vulnerable and shit like that, because it's just like, that's just where I'm at in life. And too, like I said, like a lot of the shit that I was talking about before, I was young, like that's what I was on, that's what my friends were on, at least, like, you know, did a lot of talking for, like, you know, seeing like what my friends were going through and what they had going on, so I would just make a song about it. But now it's like I'm older and shit, so the shit that I got going on is different. Especially I got like my life together. It's like, man, I just be paying my rent on time every month. It's not the same, It's not the same thing to rap about, like, you know, like all these like different type of flexes when you're young and you're living life so stupid and shit, like, you know.
Yeah. And especially, obviously, you know, what happened with Smoke Dogg and K, it's like, that kind of stuff will put things into perspective a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And
just like real life stuff.
Yeah, real life shit. You know what I mean? And I feel you never want something like that to happen, obviously, but you got to take away what you can take away from those situations. You know what I mean? And if positive comes out of it, that's all you can hope for, right? Because that's like one of the worst. That day was wild. I was at that venue. I remember the panic. I remember just the rumors and the murmurs and everything like that. And it's like when Redway passed, and like there's just so many different moments I could point to where someone pivotal in our scene passed away, and it was like they were right at that point. Almost every time, it's like somebody gets right to that point, and Toronto takes them out. It's like we keep hurting ourselves. You've seen that with Houdini and those guys. You've seen it with just count. There's too many to count. You can go on YouTube, and we have documentaries now on niggas that are dying in the city.
People have channels just dedicated to
Like that shit never used to happen. The only documentary I ever seen on some shit like that back in the day was Mayhem Morty, when his shit happened and they did like a documentary. I think it was called like Life of Judas or something like that. They did like a documentary of him in jail. You remember that shit?
Yeah,
And that shit was
old,
dark.
though.
It
Wow.
was dark, bro. But that like
That's a barbershop DVD. for
yeah, like past that and like real Toronto, like you never really saw these things
Real Toronto.
spoken about on us. And now it's like almost every month there's a new video
Yeah.
of
And it
Six
get-
Wars and
Yeah, and it gets glorified a lot, and a lot of the
sure.
kids.
It's that shit that
right?
fucking pisses me off.
The kids feel like that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So a lot of I even see.
Can you blame them though?
Exactly.
No,
When
can't.
I was a kid, I looked up to that shit too. Like I thought those are the cool
I'll
people.
say this, like in my hood especially, like we used to look up to niggas for shit like that, like because you would respect niggas, like But for the most part, when I was younger, we were looking up to niggas who were getting money, bro. Like like I remember when my hood was throwing events and shit, like niggas would be giving away cars and shit, like you had like the raffles and shit,
Yeah.
like niggas giving out cars and all types of big shit. And all my older heads would always try to tell me like stay out of trouble, because I was always doing something. Always believed myself. Always knew I had like great ability, whether it be playing ball or music and shit like that. So I always took myself serious. And I feel like the older guys around me always, saw that in me too. And they told me like, like stay out of trouble and shit like that. So I don't know,
They try.
They try. But
They
like
try.
for me, like I said, bro, I always had something going on with like, either the basketball or something to keep me going. Where
So you
I
had
felt
that
like,
discipline, basically.
yeah. I wanted more. Like, I didn't want to just be one of the guys, because I've been around all types of guys, and a lot of them, they end up dead and in jail, and like, you see what they're going through. So they tell you, don't be on that. So I always kind of subscribe to it. But, like obviously you're talking about Smokey and Cozy, and, RIP to them. It was just Smokey's birthday the other day. But just with everybody, like, with anything bad happening in the city, you talking about all these people that are about to make it and shit. It's mad sad, and like we were talking about how the city used to be like the screw face.
Yeah.
And it's like that kind of still lingers around, where people kind of just hate on each other.
Yep.
Especially it's like the more good you're doing, the more positive you're doing, the more people want to bring you down and they want to hate on you. Like, bro, I get people hating on me saying like, oh, bro, like, why don't you go shoot somebody? like, like, why aren't you out here doing badness and all this type of shit? And it's like,
Why don't you go shoot someone?
Yeah, like that's the type of hate.
What's wrong with you, sir? Are you bricked up? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, like people are so negative, man. They rather see you do bad, They rather see you do bad. And when you're doing good, they just want to talk about how you're not doing bad and, try to get you out your frame to make you want to go do some bad.
That's not specific to the city, though. That's just in general, I find.
Yeah.
I used to think it was literally Toronto's problem. But I noticed just in general, just like, especially being on the internet, people don't like seeing people succeed.
I thought it was just niggas at first, but you're right.
It's a projecting thing
Yeah.
mixed with the keyboard bravado.
Yes.
It's like, oh, he probably he won't even know who I am. Like, especially the no profile picture people.
Yeah,
They have
it's
the
that.
most mouth, you know what I mean?
Facts.
And it doesn't take long for people to try to find a chink in your armor,
Yeah.
especially if you come out the gate hot. Tyler, for example. This girl drops Water in July, I think it was. Song doesn't blow up until what, September?
Yeah, something
ish.
like that. Yeah.
She's South African, and now people are angry that she doesn't identify as black. She identifies as colored.
What's she look like? Wait, what do you mean?
But
color?
that's a whole no.
That's a
This guy said, whoa, what you mean?
It's fine.
What you mean colored?
Trevor Noah.
very
Trevor
talented.
Noah up until like quite recently considered himself colored because that's like their caste.
Is that a
system.
South African term?
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But they mean like that.
They
But
have a caste system.
but black is like what is her?
Nah, that's a little.
But this is the thing.
black.
People are saying, I think
So
her parents are South Asian and Indian. So she's
Both of her parents?
Yeah.
Wait.
So I
Because there's
think
such
one
a-
is
there's
Indian
such
and
a
one is South
diversity-
Asian.
There's such
They
a
got a case.
diversity of people.
She's not black.
But that's the term.
To be honest,
but
I
that's
call
the term
cap
in
on that.
South
I just
Africa.
seen her. Them naps don't lie, first of all.
Well, this is the other thing too, though. We aren't
a
the main
black girl.
characters, and this is the problem with North America. I feel as a whole, we constantly someone comes over and says, "This is what we do over here." Oh well, if you don't do what we do, then it's up for you. I see people being like, "Oh, she's not black, so we're not putting her on BT, right? We're not
Well,
gonna."
Eminem was on BET. That's a
Thank
little
you,
ridiculous.
thank you.
gonna
But
be
all of a
honest.
sudden,
Yeah.
You know what I
First of all,
mean?
BT's owned by white people, so like I don't.
I just thought, is it like one of those Dominican ones? Like, I know black. Like,
I know black eye Dominican. I don't think so. I think it's just what she grew up.
You guys are black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you're not Dominican, right?
I'm not Dominican at
Because
all.
I've been seeing Dominican niggas that look just
Yo,
like
you're right. Yeah. Niggas like Taxstone and shit.
Yeah, now
Pop
we
Smoke
want.
apparently.
And you're
yeah.
black too, right,
Oh, facts.
brother?
No, I look
That's
like
what I'm, and you're black too. All right, it's a lot of black men in
Patrick,
the
you
building.
black?
All right.
I seen a couple Dominicans that play Patrick too.
Patrick is white as shit, but he's black in spirit.
Patrick, next time your line is yeah, nigga. All right, yeah. This guy's fucking bricked up, man. That's crazy.
That's the episode title, I swear.
Yeah, bro, he's taking it too far, man.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah,
nah,
so
I mean,
they,
she looks black to me, but I see what you're saying. Like, you know,
she looks
that's
black,
what
but
they
if
call
she
it over
says she's
there.
not black, I'm gonna call her what she wants to be
by,
called.
by our definition over here, she would be a black woman.
Yeah, she would be a black woman,
Yeah,
but like
Over there,
it's like
yeah.
Vashti. Vashti, is she black?
She's Guyanese, no?
I don't
What
know.
is she?
But to me, when I first saw Vashti, I thought she
why
was
is it my
Indo-Caribbean.
Yeah, that's. I feel that. I feel
Pardon
you
me?
with
Why
that.
is it my business if they consider themselves?
Well,
black?
she made it other people's business, I guess, by saying it. But for me, it's like, okay,
Like, in what
if-
context did she even convey this information?
I
Was
have-
it like in an interview?
Probably someone was like, "Oh, so as a black woman, she's like, I know black."
Exactly. He's like, Papi,
But I think
black.
she
I know
stated
black,
something like,
papi.
as a colored woman, I blah, 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 whatever. And
I feel
people are like, colored? Because of the Jim Crow in America,
It's
they
actually- no,
can't,
no, no,
they
they can't
can't
do
look
that.
past that not being a thing for other
American
people.
We
people
literally
and
say
the
POC.
way they look at like people's blackness is like because America was white people fucked them up. Everybody
center
else
themselves
and every
in
other
blackness.
place and every other place in the world has a different conversation about like who and is and isn't.
Well, look at the FBAs in America. Those guys are
What's that?
deadly,
Foundationally
black Americans. So like for example, I have this joke that I posted online of me talking about Jamaica's contributions to the world. So I'm like, yo, a Jamaican man, DJ Kool Herc, invented hip hop in New York. They're on my shit, bro. He never invented shit. This is a lie. Blah, blah, blah. And they're showing like old videos of like niggas talking. I didn't even watch them. I'm just like, I'm gonna stay ignorant. But yeah, like they do not believe I'm black. They don't believe West Indian people are black.
Time out.
They don't believe African people are black.
Oh,
they
they
think
believe
black
black is only
Americans
Oh.
are the black people.
Salute.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
man.
then
We
they
gotta
on
let
top
some
of that,
people think they're crazy shit.
They,
I don't know.
Exactly,
some of their evidence is that no matter where you are in the world and you're black, you adopt American black, customs and like slang and because they see their culture spread out and they're like, oh, I don't see y'all culture
Yeah,
spread.
that's just like.
They think that they are the main character.
Yeah, that's like main character syndrome.
Colonialism
But that's what I was
was
gonna
such
say,
a
like.
disease.
White people did a good job.
They did a crazy
Patrick,
Yo,
I mean,
let's
you gotta
talk
dap
about-
up grandpa.
They did a
You gotta dap up
crazy-
grandpa.
You know how
Dap up
crazy a
grandpa's
job
crazy.
they have to have done to not only fuck up all this other small shit, but the fact that these people are so fucking diluted that they're like, no, I'm only looking at the way black people operate in this very, very small way because all these other white people have told me this is the only way. Who made money off of what you think is your culture that's been spread out, but it was all made money back to
Yep.
white capitalism. And you think that's your only culture? Yo, they fucked us up. Real dog.
Fuck them up.
That's
Don't include
crazy.
me.
No, but even the
No,
fact
they
that we're
fuck-
debating them,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
why are we not
I
like
would say this.
you good?
I think
It's crazy.
black people are just bursting with culture. Like, you know, everywhere
Amen.
you look, like you see black people, they got their own customs, like, you know, their
All
own
over.
dialects, you know, patois or, you know, their own slang, like, you know, Creole and shit like that, you know. Even look at how they talk over there in the UK and how we talk here in Toronto. It's so much alike. And it's not like a nigga from the UK came over here to Toronto and like.
It's a nigga from Jamaica.
Yeah, it's like a lot of Jamaican shit, but like
Yeah.
even like a lot of Somali
Somali
shit.
shit,
like,
African,
you know,
a lot of
African
African
shit.
and Jamaican, I
It's
would
all
say.
that, like you said, it's all that.
Yeah.
The diaspora.
all mixes together. So wherever we go, we kind of come up with like our own thing. So
And some
I don't-
Arabic.
Yeah, I don't believe in like
Yes.
like what that it all came from America. That's stupid. But like if you're gonna say like it all came from indigenous people, like yeah, that's cool.
now we
'cause
talking.
Most indigenous
Yeah.
people are you know darker skin color. That's what we would call black people. you
Yeah.
know?
I-
Or some people refer to them as coloreds.
Hey man, whatever she wants to be called, Do your thing. I really don't care. I'm not calling her colored. I'm just calling her Tyler. Like, that's your name. So I never have to worry about this.
Facts.
I'm like, yo, at what point, when are white people arguing, is Brad Pitt Scandinavian or Scottish? Like, is that, you know what I mean? Like, this is not happening in any other community.
Yeah. Is it because we hate ourselves?
No. I think it's...
I think
the
we have
numbers
such
on their side.
we're so afraid of like our culture getting diluted again
Yeah.
that we're all like, no, we got to protect it by any means.
Yeah.
We got to
But
check all...
Bro, you ever see like someone post a black recipe on Instagram? The Instagram
stealing
comments are
recipes.
crazy. Yeah.
I seen a girl in a university class, and she's teaching her class how to play spades. And people are like, "See, there you go, the culture again.
Yeah,
now she's gonna look like Uno." And I'm like,
wait.
nah.
Reminds me of like the Bruce Lee
black?
movie. You see the Bruce Lee movie when he started teaching niggas kung fu? All the Asian niggas came out here. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" That is our last
That's a
up
fact.
on them niggas.
And Bruce Lee especially, because he spawned, like, so many other Lees.
Bruce Lee,
Like,
right.
there was a Lee for every culture, nigga.
Yeah. Well, even the white people, they got Chuck Norris out of it.
They got
He
Chuck
shot-
Norris.
They
The-
did
We
get
got,
Chuck
we got,
Norris.
Chuck
what's his
Norris
name?
is a joke, fam. Steven
Oh,
Seagal.
the black guy that was the Bruce Lee of black people.
Yo,
Fuck.
Michael Jai White.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
We got
No,
him.
there was an original
There was an
guy.
actual guy that did Bruce Lee
the
style
guy
movies.
who they modeled Bushido Brown
yeah.
off of.
I can't remember what his fucking name is.
what
Can
He
you
look
that up
like
for me?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wesley
Look
Snipes.
up Black
yeah, he looked
Bruce
like
Lee.
Kareem.
He looked
Mind
just
you,
like
Kareem
Kareem.
was in
Black
one of the
Bruce Lee.
movies too.
It's
Yeah,
Bruce
yeah.
Leroy, though.
Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy.
Is it?
Oh my God.
That was a movie, Bruce Leroy.
Nah,
I remember
Bruce
that movie.
Leroy
I'm
was
pretty sure
one.
that nigga's
He
name
caught,
is
he
not
caught a
Bruce
bullet
Lee.
at the end of that
There's a
with his
couple of them. He caught a bullet in his teeth.
teeth. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
realistic
Bruce
as
Leroy's
fuck.
a bad man.
That was around the time of Black Dynamite and shit, like the blaxploitation films.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
yeah.
Yo.
But those movies are dope, though. We need more of those, honestly.
Yeah. Well, what do we?
Shaft. I mean, after Shaft, Richard Roundtree died, I was like,
Yeah.
we should actually. And
New
granted,
Shaft is-
New Shaft sucks,
I
but they
didn't
should
watch
go
it.
back to the original one.
What was that movie Eddie did a couple years ago?
Eddie.
Yeah, he was playing the guy that did Black. He like created.
Yeah,
Dolomite.
Dolomite.
Yeah, that was fire.
That was fire.
That was
That was
eye-opening to a
fire.
lot of
That
that
was
shit,
fire.
too.
Fire movie.
Hey, bro, would you star in a sitcom?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
I
my
think-
one of my dreams.
I think that'd be dope for you, man.
Yeah,
You're
make a
like
lot
the
of sense.
Jamaican
I'd
Fresh Prince.
body that shit.
Yo.
I'd body that shit. I've always thought about that.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Friggin', I'm so cheesed. They've done Fresh Prince, what, 3 times now?
Yeah.
You never
They
even got
did,
a phone call?
Well, no. Friggin', they did it with Nick Cannon when Will Smith discovered Nick Cannon.
Okay.
They tried to do one of those.
Forgot about that one.
You remember that one?
I don't- wait, that
recall
came
one
out?
at all, yeah.
Huh?
That
No,
came
it
out?
was like a pilot.
It was
that
like a
got
pilot, but it
circulated.
never
didn't
got
see any
picked
of
up.
that. Okay.
That's how that's his run on Nick got started.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Because Will Smith is the one that found him
Yeah, I
and was
remember
like,
that
"This
story,
kid is
yeah.
me," and blah blah.
Yeah.
I used to, I hated it because I hated Nick Cannon growing up because I could tell what he was trying to do, and I hated it. I was like, "This is my fucking job."
You're like Dave Chappelle. Like,
They're taking our jobs,
They're
bro.
taking our jobs. This
Republican Marlin.
Mexican, fucking bricked up.
He's not gonna stop.
now you're just beating the joke.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't wanna,
I won't beat the joke in front of you guys. Don't worry.
All right, man.
No, but there's another one. Oh, the worst was In the House with LL Cool J.
I don't remember
With Carlton.
Carlton was on the show.
No, I never seen
They
it.
had Fresh Prince transition music. And LL Cool J is a retired football
was the
player
old
that
guy?
runs a rehab center.
When did this come
and
out?
Carlton works at the
It
rehab
was like
center.
right after. It's probably like 97,
It's called
98.
In the DA House.
Who was the lady in that
I can't remember. There was two.
Was
there
the
two of
old
them.
man John Amos?
LL Cool J was a terrible,
think so.
terrible actor. He was in so many movies.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
What, that shark movie?
What movie?
Hold
you
on,
think
hold
he
on,
was
hold
sick
on.
Deliver
in?
Us from Evil.
And the Holiday movie, the one with Queen Latifah.
Oh,
Last
yeah.
Holiday. He's
Yeah.
kind
That
of
show's
sick
fire.
in that
He
one.
did
That
his
show's
thing,
Oh,
man.
whoa, you guys are going crazy right now.
He's like, whoa, I didn't tell you guys to actually name some shit. How do you guys know this?
First of all, James is fine.
Nah, I thought he was bad in all of them movies, man. The one with the rollerblades too, all of them movies.
Oh,
man.
There was a
God.
rollerblade movie?
SWAT, all of that. Yeah.
SWAT was
SWAT,
bad.
oh.
SWAT was
Come
bad.
What was the rollerblade
SWAT
movie though?
sucked.
You don't remember the rollerblade movie where they used to go around on the rollerblades and they were like killing each other while playing the rollerblade game?
Killing
They were
each
killing-
other.
It was-
This is
wait.
not roll bounce.
I do remember there was like women in it, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
It was
I
like a
vaguely
co-ed
remember this.
rollerblade
I
game.
vaguely,
yeah.
listen, I remember that being
Shit movie?
actual sport on Spike TV.
Yeah, there was
You remember the roller derby?
Yeah.
Yo,
Spike
that shit
TV?
was fucking
Listen,
hard.
as
Spike
pop-
TV was great.
As
Spike TV was a
problematic
nasty
as Spike
channel.
TV might be today, it was kind of sick.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
greatest.
kinda-
That's the
Slam
greatest
ball, all
display
that
of
was sick.
misogyny I've ever seen in my life.
Spike TV
What,
made
they
me
had like Fear
Deadliest
Factor,
Warrior.
Slam
Deadliest
Ball,
Warrior.
1,000 Ways
Yo,
to
the
Die.
fights
all
in
that
grade 6 used to break out over
Dog,
Deadliest
niggas
Warrior.
are putting a fucking samurai versus a cowboy and shit. I was like, this is
All
crazy.
the black kids
dog.
are running for Shaka Zulu. We're like, why'd you have to put him against William
Genghis
Wallace?
Khan. Genghis Khan kicking everyone's ass.
Nah, for real though.
That channel was fire, bro.
Yeah, no, Mancers.
Joe's versus pros?
Joe's versus
Pros
pros.
versus Pros was sick.
They gotta
That
bring
needs to
that
come back.
Yeah,
They gotta
yeah.
bring that one
Put
back.
me on that show so I can feel
Boxing?
miserably.
You gonna do boxing?
I'll do boxing against an old man for sure. He'd be slow as shit.
Who would you face? Let's
Hey,
see.
careful. Some of them niggas got hands.
Hey,
Yeah, the old
that
boxers,
muscle
bro.
memory?
I should've
Honestly,
go away.
Respectfully, I won't throw out no names because niggas who could box could really box.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But put me up against one of these YouTube niggas.
You against Logan Paul for
I'll do it.
the name of Prime. Who gets to keep it?
I'll do it for sure.
You guys get to battle over Prime. Does that piss you off that they're making bad bread?
I mean, a little bit, man. A little bit. When we went to go do all like the legal side of Prime and all that type of shit, they're like, "Oh, you got to be like specific." So right now, I guess they're doing Prime Energy, right? For us, it's like Prime, the music label or whatever. Like you know, so you got to be real specific. Like you know, even they got like Prime Meats Pause. And then got like probably
Bricked
like
up.
you know Prime Real Estate or whatever.
Prime
like,
bricked
It's
up
gotta be like-
meats.
yeah, it's gotta be like specific to the industry type
That's
shit. You know?
crazy. Prime Meats is wild.
Come on now, we all
Dog,
seen
why
it
we
like
do it?
yeah, the Maple
Hey,
Maple
man,
Leaf
I'm just
Prime
saying,
Cuts.
it's a
Come on,
wild-
man.
Not even gonna say what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're taking it too far. Man. Thought you were Jamaican.
Yo,
man. Come
dog,
on.
I'm not
It's
that
funny,
Jamaican still.
I mean, I wanted to do that. Like, on my podcast, I always do that shit. He's like, yo, you need to stop, dog.
I like doing it to other people. It's much more fun. I hate when I'm on the opposite end of the slander. But also this week, Ned Declassified.
Yo.
They've been doing their They've been doing their podcast for a while now, and they
Declassified, bro.
declassified
I just
this
want to
week.
know who asked for this.
You
Yo, I
sound
did.
worked
I
up.
did.
What
I
is-
did.
What is this?
I needed that.
What
Did you
is-
have
needed
Mosby on the board for
Yeah. I needed that. I wanted that.
That's good milk. That's good milk.
What are niggas talking about?
Yeah.
Ned Declassified. Ned Declassified is an old show from like Family Channel.
Right, okay.
And they have a podcast that they've been doing for about a year, or maybe more now.
Yeah.
Why did they suddenly break into this type of banter?
Yo,
right now?
son.
I have no idea. I didn't
COE,
watch the full
man.
episode, but yeah.
COE, dog.
I mean, why not? That's what the type of shit you want to hear about your favorite shows. Like, what was
Yeah.
going on behind the scenes?
Oh, is this the one where he said that he was getting top from the bitch the whole
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
She's giving him head and like he's
Kudos to that guy.
He's like, when?
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, when? She's like, at your house. He's like, no, I'm the one in your car.
Yeah.
He's like, we shouldn't be talking about this. I'm like,
I was like, yo,
oh,
what the
shit?
fuck?
This
You
nigga's
seen
getting
the
topped
next? You seen
everywhere.
the next one that just dropped?
What?
There's the next one that just popped
What
up on my
happened? Yeah,
timeline.
bro. She said
She's
she-
like
Is she blessed?
the whole
No.
the whole.
She's not bricked
She's
up.
not.
She's like, there's not a person in the cast that she didn't run through.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
She didn't fuck Cookie.
When
though.
did she say this?
She didn't fuck Cookie, bro. I know that for a fact. She didn't.
I don't know if Cookie's batting for the same team still, brother.
Yo, you can't say that, fam, but that's a fact.
I don't.
That's 100% a
Respectfully,
fact.
respectfully.
But
She
she's like,
said
bro,
that?
That man's
she's
journey's
twice
that man's
his
journey.
size.
Let me see a picture of her, Cassie.
Nah, you good, man.
I mean, I do
I'll
respect
You-
her. Personally,
you ain't
as a man
missing
who's
much,
vertically
brother.
not the tallest man in the world, I respect a tall woman personally.
Okay.
Shout out to
okay.
Ned.
This guy wants to be dominated.
Yeah, nigga said put me in
The
the
low
Amazon.
I kink shame hair, by the way. I don't know what you guys know.
Okay. She looks better now she's older, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. That
freak,
lady's face did not change at all. Like
Yeah,
she looks
no,
exactly
She
like
looks
she
exact
looked like
same,
on
yeah.
the show.
Still beat.
She look like she'll give you some top and some business casual attire for sure.
Some Le Chateau. Getting top in Le Chateau is nuts.
Busting on the blouse and shit.
Oh my god, what a
2010 though, I'll tell you.
Fucking nut on her cardigan. That's insane. I don't think there's ever been nut on cardigan. That's That's like the one.
Bill Clinton would beg to differ.
So Monica Lewinsky was wearing Cardi's. That's crazy. I had to look it up to see how many castmates have been, getting freaky with each other. Well, we know about That's So Raven. Do we?
Yeah.
You guys do know about that, right?
Orlando Brown, yeah.
Is that? But is that confirmed or is
It was on
Yeah,
The View.
He confirmed it.
Yeah.
It was on. Well, I don't take his word, but
Yeah. He's not exactly a reliable.
he's not the most
narrator.
credible source. But friggin', they were on The View years ago together. Raven. This is before Orlando went off the rocker, and it was Raven, Orlando Brown, and the white girl,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I know, it's crazy. I remember. I don't listen.
Sorry, brother. My bad. Protect your milk, kid.
I don't even fuck with white women like that. It's not. Keep going though.
But then
gotta
they were on there and they're talking about.
Doggy, dog.
I think they asked him a question like, "Oh, has anyone fooled around on the cast or whatever, or dated?
Have we?
Has anyone
That's a
dated?
Joy Behar question.
Yeah, they're like, has anyone dated? And they all, who's dated on the cast or whatever, and they all raised their paddles or whatever.
Damn.
And she was like, I heard you
That's
were
so Raven.
quite popular. And she's like, people call me a slut.
Oh damn.
And I was like, and Raven's just like, yeah, let's just say we all had a lot of fun together. And then they're all like, just like shit-eating grins. And I'm like, wow, Orlando hit everything.
Shout out to Cornelius
You got it.
Fillmore.
Listen,
Yo, Phil.
Orlando Brown is the
nigga
man
Phil-
at that
Fillmore.
point.
I
Though.
love that shit.
Orlando Brown at that
Legend.
point in his life, already a legend.
Yeah.
He's been on every black sitcom as the bad kid, 3J or whatever his name was.
A lot of TJs.
He played 3J, TJ, RJ, like he was just that kid on every black sitcom, just a bad kid. And then we didn't see him for, I want to say like a couple years. And then all of a sudden, That's So Raven, he's like way more grown. He's rapping. And yeah, he was already the man at that point. What's going on with him now? I think he's
Bad
he's in
Boys Club,
church.
right?
No, he was on that show, but he's in church now. He
on
just
what
got
now?
married, I believe.
He's on a show.
Yeah, Bad Boys Club. Razby, Orlando Brown, Ray J, those usual suspects. Those niggas.
I seen the one where the nigga was like, cuz.
Is Ray J just picking niggas up from rehab?
And they started like
I see that.
gang banging on each other.
Oh
the
my
Razby
God.
and Orlando Brown. It was
Oh
hilarious.
my God. I won't.
The next day, Razby was apologizing. He's like, I don't got no gang ties. I was
Yeah,
It's
we know.
ridiculous because all these guys went to like arts high schools, you know? Like I find that very funny.
I find it sad, man. Razby, that nigga,
Yeah, man.
just
It's
a
sad
sad
story.
story,
Yeah,
brother.
Nah, yeah, the stories you hear about B2K are pretty sad.
Yo, and I don't
All
know
those
what
groups.
is the truth. Because that
Nah, that
nigga
shit is true.
rescinds what he says every 6 months. And then he'll hit up the same people he was talking shit about
Mm-hmm.
and be like, they did nothing to me. I was just mad and blah, blah. I'm like,
sound just like
you
him.
can't just say niggas was bricked up on you because you were mad, bro. You can't
That's
just
a crazy
say that.
first accusation, bro.
That can't be your first. A nigga owe you money. You're like, nah, dog. He was bricked up on me, man. Like, what's going on? Nah, that's crazy, man.
That's
coming out with the sexual harassment out the gate.
Word.
Being like, we're having a disagreement. Well,
and then you rescind.
Yeah.
You rescind the brick. You can't rescind the brick.
I know me and you had some differences.
Yeah, nah.
I didn't mean it. You can never, I didn't mean it, anything about me when you're talking publicly about my dick. You can never.
But then
Nah,
how do they
fact.
keep taking him back, though? I don't get
Who's
it.
taking him back? Nobody's taking
Every
that
so
nigga back.
often, they're like, maybe we're back texting him
that
again.
was like one time
Aren't
they
they like
tried.
related? They're like cousins or some shit.
Nah.
Yeah, some of them
they
try to
lied.
show up to
They
Thanksgiving
lied.
talking that
They
crazy.
lied.
I think,
Respectful.
yeah.
They
They are
lied.
family,
Omarion
bro.
and Marcus Houston are the only ones that are family.
Okay.
They lied.
That was IMX though, right? That's a
Yeah,
different.
they- Omarion and Marcus Houston are cousins, actual cousins.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, Marcus Houston, his wife was apparently like 10 years younger than him.
Yo,
or some
she was
shit.
She
17.
is, not was, she
Like
is.
17, bro. It's
She,
wild.
he met her when she was like 17 years old in his Jehovah's Witness thing, and then
Someone was
waited for
bricked
her to
up.
be 19, and got bricked up, man.
Someone was bricked up for sure.
Bricked up. This guy was. I remember seeing this guy on Instagram, in the Jehovah's Witness uniform. Nigga had the Jansport on with the button up and the tie. He's going
uniform,
door to
dog.
door. Marcus Houston show up at my door talking about, let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Jesus
what
Christ.
year?
I'm like, nigga, sing fucking first time. What are you doing?
You can't
You
make
are
a song,
Batman, nigga.
You can't make the song naked and then be Jehovah's Witness, dog.
Bro, you can't go knocking on people's door when people can say, go home, Roger.
Go home,
You're like the
Roger.
last person that should be knocking on doors. I have a literal line for you. That's crazy.
That's funny as hell.
Fucking, Yeah, I don't know, man. Just weird shit goes on. I remember Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Eyes
What was
Wide
that
Shut?
movie they did? No,
Eyes
not
Wide Shut?
before that. There was a movie they did right before that.
Really?
No.
I sure that
He
was the
just
first.
said that.
No, they were married. They were married by the time Eyes Wide Shut happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they were married for like 3 years. But before that, there was the deeper. It's something with a D. Can't remember what it's called.
Wow, this
Not
is
bricked up. No.
Well, the famous one is Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. No.
Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. That's huge. Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher on Star
from
Wars.
Star Wars?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yup.
Never watched
Did
it.
not know
She's
that.
really not that blessed, but
Who?
Carrie Fisher?
yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Who's that?
Princess Leia.
Never watched
Old Star Wars.
never
Super,
watched
Carrie Fisher.
super
Carrie
beat.
Fisher is pretty
Days of Thunder. That's the fucking.
Days
I
of
knew there was a
Thunder.
D.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. You know what's a good one? Eva Mendes and her husband.
And,
that's a fact.
Yeah, he
Ryan,
kinda-
what's his face?
Ryan Gosling. Yeah, he kind
Yeah,
of crazy.
yeah.
That nigga did it sick, though.
Yeah, whoever did the casting on that, you gotta. You
Was
gotta
it
give
Drive?
That guy a sick gift.
No.
Was it
Thank you,
Drive or
brother.
Blue?
Nah, it was Beyond the Pines.
Beyond
Beyond
that
the
movie,
Pines.
dog,
Yeah,
is
that-
crazy too.
You know,
Good
you know,
film.
you know what they
Great
said?
film.
She's a baddie. She said, we were pretending
For
to be a
years.
couple so much, and it just felt so right that we had to start doing it in real life. Oh my gosh.
That's a bar. She would have got
Yeah.
me, bro.
Ryan
yeah,
said,
yeah.
"I know what my acting assignment is for this."
Listen.
and it ain't. And, it ain't
And
the
he did it
movie.
right too.
It ain't the movie,
Because
brothers.
you don't see her.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
facts.
Yo, I had a crush
You
on
don't see her. You don't hear about her.
Dog. I've
They
had a
keep their
crush.
life
I don't want to hear
super
about your crush
dolo.
on her because I used to have a bigger crush on her.
Fact, since grade 5, dog. She was on my agenda, fam.
All right, relax.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like
Not
that.
the holographic.
Everyone
Nigga said
Facts.
on the agenda, not in the agenda. On the
Niggas
agenda.
knew what it was.
Nigga
Not
covered the
shiny.
holographic.
It was so bad. Dog,
Mendes.
I couldn't even pronounce her last name. I was like, I love Eva Mendes. That's how young I was. You know, I was like, oh,
Whoa,
Eva
you're
Mendes.
admit
bricked
that?
up, brother.
Why do you
I
admit
was
that?
This guy was bricked up.
That's how young I was. You know?
Whatever choice.
So we all had crushes on Spanish women. Mine was on Selma Hayek and Rosalina Sanchez. Remember Rosalina Sanchez from Rush Hour 2?
Rush Hour.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dog.
Damn.
I was a
was
big
bad.
Catherine
She was
Zeta-Jones
bad.
guy myself. From,
Catherine
from
Zeta?
Mask of
I
Zorro.
rate it. I rate
Yeah,
it.
she's
fine,
bad.
I rate
She's
it.
But yeah,
bad,
Shorty
yeah.
from Rush Hour, the slow down baby shit.
Where is she?
my God.
Dude, what else did she do?
Slow down, baby.
Yo, Jack, you freak ass nigga.
Freaky boy. That nigga a freaky
I say
fraud.
Snoopy. I love Snoopy.
That nigga a freaky
Niggas
fraud.
watch that scene too many times.
Nigga brought-
The bloopers are nuts.
Nigga
Where he's
brought
like,
Chris
I like
Tucker
it when
to
there is
the
a
to
dirty
the rubbing
movie.
tongue. I'll take that one. That one. Oh, she got to come too. Yeah. I was dying, man. Yeah, man, it's happened a bunch of times. Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie.
Yo, he had
Yeah.
her in a different
freaky.
type of.
No, he had her like.
Dog.
I remember
Red
seeing
carpet
interviews
video?
of them. Yeah.
He
He's
we
like,
just
actually, we
fucked.
just fucked in the car.
I
She's
think he
on
was. I
him.
think he was drugging her. You ever heard
They
of
were
that
on
shit? You get a
crazy
bitch
coke.
where like it makes the experience more intense for them. He was for sure giving
Oh,
that shit to
oxtail.
her.
Heard that heightens the pum pum juice. I think we call this show extra gravy, nigga.
Oxtail juice is crazy, dog.
No, I don't know. He was doing some voodoo or something. I don't know how he had her like
Yo,
that.
he had
like
her
vials
and
of
had
Halle
sex with
Berry.
Halle Berry and
For
Monsters
real.
Ball at the same time.
They fucked for real on set. Oh my God.
I don't know if y'all seen that movie. That ain't exactly a sexy time.
Yeah, it didn't.
It wasn't, but it worked.
They would
Shit.
have, nah, I'd be like, we had to have sex regular one time to get clear. My guilt.
Facts.
I don't know if I want you crying.
Yeah. First time we fuck.
You
I
seem
don't
like a
think.
lovely woman.
That's insane. I thought she was dating Joe Budden, dog. She posted a picture of her man. Her man is a Joe Budden variant.
Oh yeah.
Halle Berry.
Oh, I did see that. I did see
Yo,
that. Yeah, yeah,
her
yeah.
man's
I
a
was like,
variant, dog.
That
That
was very
shit's crazy.
strange. And he's like, I'm blushing and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out
Bo
of here, bro.
Budden, dog.
Bo Budden.
Boy, bricked up. Fucking
Get out of here, man.
Vibes Cartel
Cartel.
might be released in February.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's like a court thing that he has to do, but
He
it's
deserves
like,
to be released, man. He's done enough time, man.
has he?
Yes. Let the man free.
How long is murder? How long are we
he's
giving
living a
murder?
comfortable
How much
life.
more do you guys want him
In
to
the
bleach
pen.
his skin, man? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't think he is bleaching. He's not bleaching anymore.
He's a changed
He's back to
man.
black.
He's dark now?
Yeah, he faded to black still.
Fate to
He's dark, or is he just less bleached? There's a
No,
difference.
like there's less bleach in prison, so he's by force he's back to black.
But no, but that doesn't. Your skin doesn't return back to full
but
black.
how-
It's
Oh,
been a
yes, it
while.
does. No, yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
As a Congolese
They
person, I
gotta,
can tell
they
you
gotta
right now.
re-up, dog.
I got aunties that, yo.
They gotta re-up.
They
But
ran
look-
out.
But
That's
they
why
look-
you see the knuckles.
They look great.
That's why you see the knuckles go black.
Yeah.
But hey, how-
Because the knuckles will get rid of it first, and then everything else.
Yeah.
How you as a Jamaican saying keep vibes locked up? What you?
I never said keep him locked up.
Guy or what?
I was just asking how long are we good with murder? If he did it.
He did murder in Jamaica. It's not like he murdered like a Canadian or something.
So who cares? Let's move on. If he murdered a Canadian, keep him in there. This guy is about the 6 for real. That's crazy. Nah, I definitely want him to come out. I just don't see what the difference will be in dancehall because he's been making music the whole time.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
He
So
ain't missed not once.
we haven't missed Cartel. It's more so I would love to see what would happen if he's out with his record expunged or whatever, and he's able to travel freely. We've never seen
Yeah,
Vybez
yeah.
Cartel able to travel freely.
Yeah, he might be filling out stadiums and shit.
Might. That man will fill Japan Stadium. He will
Yeah.
fill Toronto Scotiabank for a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 or 4
you think
nights.
so?
Yeah.
What?
Toronto,
For a
he go
week?
crazy.
Dog,
He go crazy.
Vybez Cartel could fill Toronto for like,
Oh my friends.
I want to say 4 days,
My
5
friends,
days
I
at
don't know.
Scotiabank.
I
People
don't
be flying in from
know
everywhere.
If he is released from
Yeah.
prison, I don't know if he's going to be traveling anywhere.
Yeah.
I think
fair
we got
enough.
I think if he's able to travel he's traveling immediately.
maybe the States.
I
He's
wanna
traveling
know-
immediately.
I wanna know what
the
his,
States, not just the States, dog. You know how many Toronto references he has in songs?
Oh no, they won't let him in.
Why? Because of
you see, because
But
he's in jail. He was in jail.
Drake will pull
Drake.
those strings, man.
Oh no,
Get him
no,
out
no!
here.
I know
Yeah,
the people
yeah.
that Drake has to call. They all end in a certain place. I know those people.
they don't like vibes.
They don't like murder.
They don't like fever. They don't like fever.
It's the murder.
They don't like Clarks.
The
But
murder's
nah,
the issue.
I really wonder what his jail cell looks like, because like you said, he hasn't missed a beat. Like his
Oh
jail
no, it's
cell
not a
must be
cell. It's probably a
lit.
room. It's probably very comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think what we
IKEA
think,
furniture and
what we
shit.
think a prison is.
The same room ASAP was in.
Nah, he was living real nice.
ASAP was living at Europe jail.
Yeah.
It
European
was like that
jails
one
are,
episode of Atlanta.
That's
when he was
exactly what I was
sitting
thinking about. Yeah.
European jails are community centers.
is
you
ready.
come out
Shall
with
you
a
take a
degree and
nap?
shit.
It's like, I'll take a nap. I'll get it.
I'll be there in a second, Barb. Please. Oh man. Would you guys move to Europe?
Yeah. Why not?
You couldn't do it?
No, I have family over there, but I would
Yeah,
miss
you're
home too much.
Congolese, so I get it.
Exactly. We're all over. Germany, France, Spain a little bit. Yeah.
And you wouldn't go.
Nah. Long term? Nah.
Why not?
I'd go there for a couple months though.
Why not? Xenophobia?
Nah, everything's so small there. Like
Whoa.
it just like
What does that mean?
chill out. No, I just mean like the roads and stuff.
What are you saying?
The roads. Nah, see, you can't play me, bro. Nah, I stay bricked up, nigga.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach, man.
I hate that fucking drop. I hate that drop so much.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach, man.
But nah, like the
That's a
roads
great
are
word.
tiny and like I mean
Maybe she's just a clown girl.
Sorry, that
the
was
water
an
tastes weird too, and you know I just didn't have a
The
great time.
water tastes
It does.
weird.
Real niggas know. Come on.
Real niggas know?
Yeah, the Evian does not hit the same over there.
The Evian.
Evian.
I disagree.
What country you talking about?
Evian?
I would argue Europe has
France.
better water.
Better
Not-
Evian?
not all of
France
Europe.
is
Not
dirty,
all,
so I can
but
see that
like
in France.
Swiss?
Yeah, like there's some
Swiss
nice
Alps water?
countries in Europe.
Nigga,
like,
you crazy? Swiss
Yeah.
I'm
Alps
only
water?
talking about the
Denmark
places I
and
went
shit
to.
like that.
I would go to Denmark. I would try it, but I wouldn't live there.
Yeah, I wouldn't live in Europe personally.
No?
Why not?
I don't have enough money. I don't niggas.
Well,
you know, like-
we're talking in
if
the
I
imaginary
have like
world. You have
I
enough
just
money.
got all the money in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah,
I
you
still
win
wouldn't live in
you win a
Europe
lottery.
personally.
You wouldn't spend a summer in south of France. Come on now.
Italy is my
Spend a
shit.
summer. I'll
A
spend a
summer?
summer just about anywhere that it sounds like the south of France. You know, that's different. Spending a summer and living somewhere is two different things.
That's like, once we're over like a couple months, like you live there for a little bit, right? If I'm somewhere 6 months, I lived there for a short while.
I'm thinking much older age. Like I'm not thinking,
Ah.
like I'm thinking dying there.
Oh.
Because it's like, why would I want to be old here? I feel like being old in certain parts of Europe would have such a more positive.
Nah, the racism over there is crazy.
Is it that?
you watch-
it's
do you
not
watch
that
soccer?
crazy.
Do you
I've
watch
seen
Yeah,
rich
soccer?
people in Toronto. They live a real nice.
I don't know, but
there.
do you watch soccer?
Pardon me?
They still throw bananas on the field, dog.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
some places.
That's some places. That's not
But what about
everywhere.
like what
though.
about seeing like your grandkids grow up in the same place that you grew up? You don't
That
want
part
that type
too.
of shit.
Who said they're not coming with me?
Okay, but that's
Tina
what I'm saying.
Turner.
like,
Tina Turner seemed like she enjoyed her time as a
She
a black
hated
woman
North
in Europe.
America. She loved her time
James
here.
Baldwin,
German
another
Baldwin,
one.
that's why.
I watched.
Hey, you see
I don't know if
Judge-
you guys have seen the documentary Where to Invade Next with Michael Moore. You've never seen it? So essentially, he goes over to Europe and taking all the customs from America, compares America to the rest of Europe and the rest of the world, essentially, kind of, and. It's little things like maternity leave and holidays, paid vacations, and certain countries.
Yeah,
For example,
Scotland-
Sweden, you can't. It's illegal for your boss to email you after 4
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah.
Like little things like
Work-life
those where they
balance, they got it, yeah.
prioritize
But, like,
work-life
I think
balance.
I think we also can't read some of these things as like the Bible, because sometimes these laws aren't real. It's companies that are out of Sweden are like Spotify and IKEA, and if you probably realize, those people are probably operating outside of like the 5 p.m. business hours.
Are
because
they?
Yeah,
are.
but
They
to
are.
add to that, I actually had my cousin from France stay with me. He's got 2 months vacation. He's literally my
Oh yeah,
age.
the
Like,
French,
it's
they love a
insane,
vacation.
bro.
They
It's-
fuck
it's-
off for like
Italy
3
too.
months.
Italy
the work
too.
because I was like literally it's frowned upon to work past the working hours because you're seen as an inefficient worker. So it's just culturally it's completely different. It's
Yeah,
wild.
even like the school, like schooling, for example,
Yeah,
kids aren't in school nearly as
sure.
long.
University's
They don't get
free.
homework.
Bro, it's nuts.
The standardized testing is not a thing. And these kids, for the most part, he was just going around the room. He's like, how many languages you know? 3, 4, 5.
Sure.
And like,
So wait, do you think that the Europeans are better than us?
I think that they prioritize
So
things.
I think we're better than them.
These glasses are killing me. No, I don't think it's a matter of better. I think it's more so just priorities and the way things are set up. For example, like your paycheck. You know how now you'll get a paycheck and money will just be out and it'll say, oh, who's this tax or whatever. There, in certain places, it literally itemizes and tells you exactly where every cent is going. $1.50 went to the traffic lights. This, that. So like you kind of know where your money is being spent. And so if anything's added, there's immediate pushback. If they start trying to reinstate school tuitions, there's immediate pushback. And in like 2 days, it's cleared up. It's like little things like those where I'm like, the priorities are so different there than here. And I think we are, in some
places,
ways.
I think we're making too sweeping.
No,
of
but
a
I keep
judgment.
saying in some
Right.
places. I'm not saying this is
like
everywhere.
No, but I
We
mean, no, not even
romanticize
just
Europe a
every.
little
I
bit.
think
Yeah,
so because
yeah.
I think what you're explaining is. I agree. I think like their floor is much higher than ours when it comes to like social supports. Like Scotland has this thing that was going around on Twitter called like a baby box. So
Oh,
no matter
yeah,
who
yeah,
you
yeah,
are,
yeah, yeah.
You get a whole bunch of like staple items, which are fantastic.
Worth over like
It's like
$700,
stupid and it's really
$800.
well vetted. But
That was
mind
dope.
you,
It
you
was
get
dope.
that because you have a smaller population and a higher tax base.
Yeah.
That's what goes with it, and a little bit more of like a keeping everybody accountable. But that is like also there is like very little support for homeless people. There's very little support for a whole bunch of things that we also don't have support for. Right?
Get your money up, nigga. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I say all that to say that like they also have like all the other shit that we
Everywhere has problems. There's no utopia
But-
because if there was, everyone would be there.
Precisely.
But
No,
I would
they
just
make
say
sure they
my
keep some people
priorities,
out.
what I prioritize, is what they prioritize more than over here. If that makes any sense.
I agree with you.
It's like there's in a lot of ways. I'm noticing Canada and just North America in general be very catfish. Like there's a lot of things that we've grown up thinking, oh, this is a shit, and you look somewhere else and they're doing it 10 times better.
You thought?
And
Sure.
they've been doing it 10 times better. Sure. You know what I mean? Like there's little things like there's a place in, is it China? I can't remember, one of the Asian countries where the traffic lights aren't just traffic lights. It's a whole arch across the street that's like the light. So there's no like, if you're not paying attention, you're
can't
at least
miss the
gonna
light.
catch it in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
peripheral. Like there's no way you're gonna miss that. This is little things, bro.
I
Just
find
little
those things interesting about cities. There's this, okay, I'm a
in
nerd.
China?
I'm a nerd about city shit. Like I would love to have been a city architect if I could.
Do you watch those YouTube videos where people walk through the city or drive
Oh,
through
I
a
love
city?
those ones. There's a TVO where the guy just gets dropped in and he's like goes with city engineers, be like, "What's this new thing?" And when like a city develops like a brand new way of like how to do a thing, like a street light is a great example. We've been using the same street light everywhere in the Western world for the last 200 and some odd years. And then some other places like, why? What's the issue with the street light? Why are some people not seeing it? And one guy's like, let's make an arch of the street light. And then suddenly like a whole new universe of like how to operate exists.
Exactly.
Off of one guy's innovation when not
Yeah.
everybody's always continually innovating. You know?
Yeah. It's dope that we now have more access to that type of information. Because, like, for example, Eglinton West constructed on for how long? And then you see a video from China where a bridge gets demolished and put back up in a day.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, what are we doing
But
over
like,
here?
their quality might not be as good as ours, but nah, like out here, people be taking their time with the construction for sure.
I think there's a deeper, darker criminal. What do they call it?
Criminal link?
Criminal link.
Yeah, for sure.
When it comes to the construction business in this city, I'll say that much.
But once they get
can't
that
talk
contract, they're sitting, bro. They're chilling.
It's real Sopranos out here.
I was just about to say that.
Bro, the other day I
Sanitation,
was,
construction, leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
yeah, the other day I was under the gardener on Lakeshore, and I looked to my left, and a dude was sweeping dust in like a construction vest. I'm like, nigga, we're outside. What the fuck are you sweeping for, nigga? It's not what my tax. If my tax dollars are going towards that, yeah, of course I'm pissed.
Listen, the worst is driving down some of these streets and knowing that they haven't worked on this in the day, they haven't worked on this in the night. And it's probably been about 2 or 3 weeks since you've seen anybody work on this one street.
And it's all
but the
taped up.
pylons are still there.
Yeah.
And the street is perfectly fine on the other side of the pylons. It's like, is there a sinkhole? What's happening?
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. But in other news, Diddy. Diddy
He's guilty, man.
Yeah, man, guilty.
Yeah.
He settled in one day.
Guilty. Man.
Settled in one day. To me, that's an admission of guilt. I don't care.
Yeah, but
what
like,
other
okay,
people
hold
are
on.
saying.
First of all, I want to say I think he was guilty about every part except for the rape part, and I don't want to be that guy. But I don't think that it was his girlfriend. He was raping her. But all the other shit,
You can rape your girlfriend.
For sure you could. For sure you could. I just don't think in this situation that's what he was doing. But
Why do you not think
she
that?
had to say that because it's like the other shit she was accusing him. It was like 20 million.
You think she added rape for 10 mil?
Yeah,
I don't
for the shock
I don't
value.
think so.
I don't know.
I
to get her
don't-
money right.
I don't
Rape
agree
for
with
10
that.
mil.
I don't think any woman just puts rape on their jacket.
This is my
That
whole
ain't the
thing.
take, beloved. I don't know if that's the one to save the hill to die on.
I don't want to die on that hill. Don't kill me now. All I'm saying is, she was big, right? Cassie was big, and then Diddy like scooped her up, and then said
She
like
wasn't really big.
that song that she had was big, bro.
Me and you wasn't that big of a
I
song.
thought it was a big
It was
song.
big in the black community. That's it.
Yeah,
we
right.
we as
For a
black
first
people,
song?
we hear
For a
things
first
become
song?
popular in
Was
the black
Cassie
community,
under
and we
his
think
label at the same time?
No, I don't think
no.
so. But
she
all
was
I'm saying,
19 when
bro,
he first started dating her.
Bro, that song was
Wild.
big. I thought she was gonna be like a Sierra kind of thing. That's the
Yeah.
trajectory
I can see
I
that.
saw,
Facts.
right? But then Diddy said, "No, I'm gonna cuff you up. You're not even gonna leave my mansion, and you're gonna do a whole bunch of weird shit. I'm gonna film you having sex with these gigolos and shit like that. Like I can see why a bitch wants 20
but that's
million
rape.
for that.
But that's rape.
Oh, is that what she's saying is rape?
Yeah, well, that's a part of it because like he would drug her and make these guys have sex with her and then tape it.
Oh, okay.
And
So yeah, he did that shit. He did that shit.
yeah. Those are a part of it. The details are disgusting, and it's
they're
super
insane.
extensive,
So fucked up.
super
Yeah.
disgusting, very dark, very
Now- see, now I-
sinister.
Because
It's like
CSI and shit like that, I thought rape was like just like this very like singular. But now that I see rape
It's
is
a spectrum.
broad,
Yeah.
it's a
Very-
broad
it's
spectrum.
and
of
I think
rape.
a lot of men,
He's a
for,
rapist,
for
for
whatever
sure.
reason.
They just picture
I don't know
rape
if
as
they
like someone
ignored
coming
it.
out of the bushes.
Yeah,
give me your pussy. Like,
in the
no.
traditional sense.
It's great.
Because I was like, he's not coming out the bushes. That's exactly what I was.
You know what it
Exactly.
is too, though, is it's media, right? Like we learn a lot of our things, for better or worse, from the media.
Yeah.
Sure.
And in many cases, when you see rape in movies or TV shows, the way it's
Portrayed.
depicted is just forcibly and physical, right? When there are just plenty of different ways where a woman can be raped, like
Yeah.
and
But it's just like-
coercion is also just as
To
bad.
cut you off, there's a movie I can't remember, but there was one scene that was literally that. It was the most realistic scene, and it made me so uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Just because I've heard these stories from women, right? There's a lot of times there's a gray area where she's like, I don't really want to.
Coercion
It's like,
I think is
come
worse.
on, are you serious? Like I had a long day. I'll be quick. These things. I'm like, fuck. This
Yeah,
is
I think
terrible,
coercion. I
dog.
think coercion is a little worse because like
Yeah.
It's all bad.
it's all bad, but I think coercion is just a little worse just because I feel like it happens way more frequently and it seems way less of
Detectable.
a problem
Yeah,
and
just-
it's way more confusing for women
Yeah, it's hard
because
to
they
detect.
did eventually agree, although leading up to it they did not want to do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just like you being in a work dynamic where everyone's going out to drink or let's say everyone smokes cigarettes,
Yeah.
but you don't smoke cigarettes. But you notice with the people who do smoke cigarettes, they're getting like extra time off. They're getting a little bit more incentives. And you're like, should I smoke now? And they keep telling you, you should come smoke, come smoke. And you're like, I don't want to. But now they're using that, dangling that carrot. Like if you smoke, you'll probably get more.
Yeah.
You'll be in
It's
the
like,
good books with the boss.
it's
and shit.
uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, and it's not a position you'd want to be in.
Did she
So-
say that? Did she say like Diddy was like using his money like to keep her like? What
Well,
was it?
I mean,
Yeah, she said that he would send people to fetch her back. Like after they have like a fallout, whether he beat her or whatever, she'd go back to her family, and then he would send people to kind of say, hey, you know what, he was tripping, like he'll come back.
he was
everything's
so
good."
intertwined in her life that like she would go to he would send her to the doctor for whatever injuries
man.
she had.
Yeah.
He'd send his staff with her, and he's getting the emails from the doctor. He's getting her medical records.
Yeah.
Like,
Out of a movie,
And I'll say
bro.
this: I've seen people online saying like, "Oh, she was obviously lying because she settled and shit. Why would you settle?" But it's just like, bro, the 20 million, and then now she doesn't have to go through this whole media
Ordeal.
thing and all that. Yeah, it's
well,
like,
it's even
And
past
I don't
that.
know
Yeah,
what
it's
that
worth it,
lady
It's
like,
deeper
has
than
on.
that. She
Yeah.
has an NDA that she signed when
Now she
when
can't
she
say
was
nothing,
lifted
right?
with him, where she couldn't have said anything and done anything criminally, and then the time statute of limitations criminally was gone about a year ago, and this week the statute of limitations on suing for money
On the civil, yeah.
was up. So she was like, all right, well, I mean, I'm gonna get what I'm gonna get from this, but like you said, she doesn't have to drag it out. She doesn't have to go on every talk show and like convince people. She doesn't have to be constantly battered with this information and like relive all this trauma. So I mean, why wouldn't you? Who wouldn't?
just settle, right?
Who wouldn't just settle? Like
I'm happy for her
and-
because, like I said, I thought she was gonna be big, bro. She was gonna be big time, and then, you know, this guy kind of sidelined her whole life.
Facts, man.
that Me and You song played 24/7 on
Yeah.
BET when it
That's
first came
bro.
out.
That's why I thought she was gonna be big, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I didn't know where it was going because like especially around that time there was a lot of one-hit wonder women that were kind of trying to do the Sierra thing. So I was like, I didn't know how it panned out, but I knew she was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I knew she
Hey,
was like
bro, you
one of
remember-
the prettiest girls I've ever seen in my life.
You remember how many girls copied her with the
the
shaved
side,
side head?
Yep.
So many girls fucked up their head with that
And
one.
Diddy's the one that coerced her into doing it.
Really?
So
Yeah.
there's a story.
Who told the story?
It was a rapper that told this story.
Young Jock.
Was it Young? Yes, it was Young Jock.
Jock.
So Young Jock and him,
'Cause
they were
he
all
has
at
that
this.
same haircut now.
They're all they're all at this party together. As Young Jock, his girl Diddy and Cassie, and Diddy just kept staring at this white girl upstairs with half her hair shaven off. He's like, and Young Jock's just watching this happen, and he's looking at Diddy, and Diddy's just like stuck in a trance, looking at this girl. And then he turns to Cassie like on some real impulsive shit. Yo, you gonna shave your hair tomorrow? We gonna shave your hair just like that, and blah blah blah, and like. Young Jock, and she's just like, okay. And Young Jock was like,
What the
fuck? Like the way she just submitted and like didn't really think about it, he thought was weird. And you're seeing a lot more of these interviews come out now that are adding to the narrative that's out now. And like, for example, the 50 Cent stories. 50 Cent's always
50, bro. He was
been
quick on that,
which is
man.
wild.
calling
that
out
50
Diddy?
has
Yeah.
been the,
Don't
been the
drink that
moral
puppy
compass.
juice.
It's a lot of
He's
it's,
sitting in the
been the
background. He's like,
moral
I've
compass.
been telling niggas, and nobody was
a
listening.
lot of
told y'all
dudes say he's
niggas.
on weird shit with other dudes and shit. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, for
man.
sure, watch out, man. These
Well,
Hollywood parties probably
there was
get
a story where
crazy.
Cat Williams goes into a room he's not supposed to at a party, and he sees a lot of these execs and Diddy frolicking, laying down with each other with wine
Cat
and
Williams would be
caressing
the nigga to open
each
the wrong
other.
door at the Hollywood party.
Yo, and like there's just been countless times where we hear these stories, like Exhibit with Superhead. He goes to a Diddy party. Diddy's like, yo, we're gonna go to another club after this. And he brings Exhibit outside. He's like, yo, you know who that girl you're with is, right? Like Superhead. She's dangerous. You gotta get away from her, nigga. She'll fucking film you doing crazy shit. And he's like, Exhibit's like, Okay.
I don't think so, bro.
And then he went and told Superhead about it. She was like, oh, yeah, he made me throw dice at his asshole or some shit like that.
What?
And
What?
then they go.
That's so crazy. It has to be true. I'm sorry.
It's for
Let me
for
be
me,
crazy. Am I
it's
nuts?
Superhead. It's Superhead saying it. I don't think she has a reason to lie.
Why would you even mention dice?
Dice
Like,
being thrown at ass is so specific. It's such a specific kink.
You think Diddy blew on it?
That's a real gambling problem. Like that's you're fucking bricked up with some dice thrown at your asshole, dog. That's a real
That's not a
gambling
gamble I'm
problem.
willing to take.
No risk, no reward is what they say.
Know your limits, play within it.
Sometimes you gotta roll the dice of life. Fucking. So they go to this party afterwards, and the Exhibit's in the party with Superhead. Diddy's going off or whatever, and Exhibit starts looking around at the party, and he starts seeing naked niggas. He's like, I'm starting seeing naked niggas just running around. I'm seeing niggas making out. He's like, hold on, where the fuck am I?
It's a party. No,
And he's like, yo, Diddy took us to a gay party.
Oh wow.
And now this was like,
Maybe Diddy's just progressive.
he told this story
it
on
was him and
Foxhole
RuPaul.
Radio. He told this story on Foxhole Radio in like 2013, 12, something like that. It was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, with all these, she hasn't said anything about that, but I feel like now, because of all these allegations, everything's on the table.
Yeah.
I think Diddy just does a lot of coke, and he's a maniac.
That too. Well, look
That's
at what
more-
that just takes people to wild places.
I think he was.
it's more than
There's something
just the coke.
sexual happened to him as a child as well.
Well, who you guys think is more diabolical, Diddy or R. Kelly?
I don't.
That's a toss out.
Well, okay,
toss-up.
confirmed R. Kelly. Diddy, we have yet to put all
Nah,
the
that
cases.
shit's
I'm
good.
saying
That shit is
when the
facts.
surviving Diddy comes out, because I know it's gonna be
gonna
like
be lengthy.
bro. Because he's like one of them niggas. It seems like he gets off on the power trip.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
when he made that nigga like walk like 3 boroughs for cheesecake?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's a.
And you remember that
nigga.
time when he was dressed as a
forgot about
Joker, and that guy had a
Yeah.
problem with him, and he stayed in character
Yeah.
as the
Yeah,
Joker.
Diddy's a real maniac, though.
He's
I
a
don't know if we
psychopath.
really-
I don't think people
He
realize.
made niggas sing for a bed, bro.
Oh yeah, that was real diabolical. I
That
remember
was like you made.
Until we go, niggas are singing for a band.
Like yo, they were bro. This is character.
Niggas are battling with Boyz II Men. That's crazy.
And it's
bro.
crazy because nothing out of all those shows he did, nothing good came of it.
Nothing good comes of Diddy.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, Biggie.
Look
but-
at nothing good comes of Diddy. Biggie is dead. You know what I mean? Like you have Biggie died. You have
Don't do the
D
Jaguar.
Block.
Don't do the
No,
Jaguar.
I'm not doing
once
Jaguar right
We
now.
got-
I'm
we
not
got
doing-
Day 26,
You got
bro.
D Block that he owed mad money. Day 20. I don't even know what happened. Day 26. The band.
Mace and shit.
Fucking Mace. Like
Danny
he has a
Kane.
repeated track record of screwing people over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And doing them dirty. So this has just put everything into play. I'm seeing people even reach now on certain things. Like it's just
The
it's
reach
that
is
serious.
it's
The
called
reach
full
is wild.
JFK conspiracy
I
now.
seen 2 Met Gala interviews with him and Cassie, and one
Oh, I
where
seen that one. That was funny.
Yeah.
As
they were
shit.
like, "Oh, look at Diddy's face as Cassie answers this question."
But did you see what the question was? They're like, "Is there anything you want to confess?" And then he looks over at her real nervous. He's like,
he just looks at her. He just looks at her, and people interpret it as nervous, like because they know he has
Nah, he
secrets
was
now.
nervous for
But
sure.
before, nobody
He was
said that.
shaking it. He was
Nobody
shaking
said
it.
that before.
'Cause you
But
don't
you know what?
you don't
Sometimes that
yo,
happens.
Bro,
After
you
you
ever,
find
you
out,
ever
you're
watch
like, it
a
all
movie?
kinda makes
You ever
sense.
watch a movie and then you watch it the second time, you're like,
Exactly.
ah.
I see why he did that. It's a little Easter egg. Yeah.
This guy was bricked up that whole interview, man. Yo, I didn't know he was bricked up. That's so fucking crazy. But speaking of reaching, Party Next Door. Oh wait, not Party Next Door. Partisan Fontaine.
Nah,
You know,
can't-
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I keep seeing this guy's name, I'm
It
like, what-
confuses
yeah,
me
it's
too,
conf-
brother.
It's
Yeah.
confusing.
You're not alone.
Confusing, man.
Yeah.
Partisan Fontaine dropped a diss track. Well, it's being called a diss track.
It's a record of truth, bro. Keep going.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't get behind
Listen.
this. A nigga dissing a female. Just say it
But
with
he's
your
not.
chest.
He's not dissing her.
But
This is the thing. It's like, okay, we'll play the song.
Is he clout
We'll play the
chasing?
song.
I gotta ask
We'll
you.
play the song. Hold
is he
on.
clout chasing?
Is he clout chasing? Yes.
a little bit.
Absolutely.
But he's also defending
Does
himself.
every artist
come
clout
to you
chase at some point? Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's
Fair
the
enough.
point?
Fair enough.
He's doing what
do
he's
you
doing what
gain?
artists do.
What does he gain from
He's trying to
go
clear
over
his
it.
name. He's trying to
We'll
clear
go
his
over
name.
it. Let's play this song first. I'll wait till this thing fucking connects. I don't know what's going on.
Does that make sense? Would you clear your name with a track?
Me personally,
Would that be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most effective way to clear your name?
Yeah, if I went out of my way to look out for you and you did me dirty, nobody knows. Yeah, hold that.
no, I wouldn't.
With a song?
No, I would just.
He's a writer.
He's a songwriter.
Interview.
She dissed him in a song.
So we feel this is the best way. Oh, let me hear it. Maybe I haven't heard it.
She dissed him in a song. So it's
I'm
like
saying we're giving this nigga a play right now. This is
we're not really giving him a play. Is this on stream? Is this on streaming service? I'm playing it off
It's an
Twitter.
extra stream.
I'm playing it off Twitter. I don't
This is
know
what he
about
wants.
streams.
This is what he wants.
Well, duh. This guy's like, this is what he wants.
Wow.
It's not a secret. I don't know why it's not.
He's
true.
pressure
he's
now.
somewhere bricked up, man.
Somewhere bricked up right
Waiting
now,
for niggas to
man.
listen to this shit, man.
He's with
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for
Jada
it.
Kingdom, bro. I'd be bricked up too.
Drag your name and talk about you in unfavorable ways in order to get attention, clicks. I never thought you would do something like that to me. I'd like to apologize for
I thought he was gonna do a Conor McGregor.
keeping up with your lies.
Absolutely fucking nothing.
To tell half truths. I hope this message reaches you well.
It sounds like he's
Hope you get
lying.
the help.
I just want to say that, by the way.
Nah, I don't think he's lying.
That niggas talk when they're lying.
This how you're gonna clear your name, brother?
Yeah,
How he's clearing his name?
Yeah, man.
I don't like
I can tell why he's a songwriter
Yeah.
and not an artist.
Yeah. It doesn't normally go
I'm gonna
together.
be honest with you. I don't know if I can say the bars are that
How
strong.
much of this
either.
do we gotta listen to?
Damn, that was dirty.
He's hating.
That I
Jim
hated.
picks to
I
sadistic
hated
is
that
kinda-
part.
The foundation thing?
Yeah. Not just your image. So he goes on to say that she's lying about him cheating.
Yeah.
That he never cheated on her. That she was texting niggas and left.
Fucking them.
And no, he said she was texting niggas and left on a plane for days and didn't message him and didn't say anything. So he's like, I thought we were done. And he's like, I also did not do it in your bed. Like, he's saying she's blatantly just lying.
Yeah.
And I mean, on the one hand, it's super fucking corny to do this.
This is corny.
Super fucking
This is
corny.
corny. The
Me,
cob
I'm
corny.
okay being the villain in anyone's story. Do your thing. I know who I am, so
Walking
I
away
don't need
clean.
to.
God bless you, my sister.
I don't need to do any of this. Plus, I got a new girl batted. It's like, what are we doing here?
And the
I'll
song
say this
isn't
too.
even good.
Yeah, and it's corny, and it's like, bro, it's so weird when someone's like, oh yeah, now that we're not friends, I'm gonna say all this bad shit that I knew about you. It's like, so why?
Well, technically, she did that first.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
So it's not as like
what,
it's
you
not a
guys were-
proactive
what's
thing.
the
It makes
retaliation?
you both look bad. So you guys were already together the whole time, and both of you just weren't fucking with each other, were hating on each other.
No,
Like,
that's not what he's saying in the song at all.
I heard a few things where he said there was.
He said, I held you down and I loved you.
Nah. Before that, he was saying like, oh, you talk bad about these people behind their back and yada yada, airing
Yeah.
out all her dirty laundry. Was
Yeah.
like,
It's
but
it's
you were-
whack,
yeah,
but
you
it's,
were with
That's
her,
what I'm
like,
saying.
you know,
He's
like-
coming
That's
from a
what-
place
but
of
that's my
hurt, though.
point.
He's coming from a place of like, yo, I held you
So
down.
wait, you never been with a girl that talked bad about her best friends?
No, what do you mean? Like, why?
You never been with a girl that talked bad about her best friends at any
Oh,
point.
who has talked bad
Yeah.
with her best friends? Yeah, for sure.
Every girl I've ever been with at some point
But
has
I would never
an
hold
argument
that,
or something.
I would never hold that against a female for acting like a female. I'm not gonna go make a song about a female being a female after the fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like me. Oh, and every month she was on her period. Like, nigga, I knew. Like,
I don't think that's the same thing at all. But
she acted like a female. Like,
no,
what do
but
you mean?
I don't
Like-
think it's the
I
same
get what
thing.
you're
But I
saying.
get what you're
I think
saying.
what
Like,
you're
it's
saying is
corny regardless.
You're airing
Yeah.
out dirty laundry of your relationship, or you're just voicing your displeasure about being broken up with this person. For why?
No, but
What
it's
is
not
the-
about that.
What
You're
is
not-
clearing the air mean for you?
I never even knew
day-to-day?
that this was an issue in the first place. I never heard nothing about
Well,
it.
She
it's
started
for
this.
clout, like we
It's-
said.
it
It's
is.
for clout.
It is.
He's
That's all
taking
it is.
advantage of the situation.
He is, yeah.
Because realistically, he doesn't.
He's
Like,
got one more crack at the party, and then off he goes. This is
well,
it.
he writes for women a lot,
Yeah, so he'll
and
be
he's
fine.
with a woman that's an artist right now. So
Who's that? He's with now.
Jada Kingdom.
Don't you think it would have been better if he
She's
just
crazy.
shut up and start pumping out music with this lady?
He's gonna.
I
keep
think it would be
doing that.
better if he shut up, period. But I'm not him. I'm just going off what he's given us.
I'm just saying.
Did Meg make a diss track first?
Yeah,
she
she
made
did.
She didn't make a diss track. She made a song
diss
basically just talking about her story over the past like year and a bit, dealing with all the bullshit,
She
right?
tried to
and
Taylor
she
Swift
slipped
him.
in there. Yeah, she
Hey,
slipped in there
that
that
was
you
hotter.
cheated on me in my bed while I was going through this shit. So
Yeah.
naturally,
She
he
thought that
became
was
the
a hot
villain
line.
online. It was.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
hotline
Yeah, it
because
is,
it became the talking point of the entire track. And so
And it's not just on any track. It's a track like you know, she was coming back out. She's being vulnerable.
First independent.
You're doing that, and then you slip in a jab that's not even necessarily true. Nah, fuck out of here. I'm coming out. I'm talking.
yeah, if it's not
Yo,
true,
really, you would?
I would never do that.
if it's
But I'm
if
saying,
it's
I
not
understand.
true,
This is
I'm
just
not
for the
gonna get mad
podcast.
at someone for trying to clear the record on their own name. I'm not gonna
Exactly.
tell people how to do that. Like
Yeah.
that's on you.
You know what, Touche.
I personally don't feel the need to do it. Period. That's just me. If you want to paint me as a villain to other people, once they meet me, if they meet me, then that perception will change. If
I
not,
had a
it
situation
doesn't.
similar to this. My ex went and she wrote a whole magazine article about how I was this, that, and the third. I never made a whole song to respond to it or nothing like that because it's just like, I mean, that's foolishness. Like everybody who knows me knows it's not true. Anyways, she just had to get
That's
some
my
shit
thing.
off her chest.
That's my thing. If you're confident in yourself, I think the cheating thing, I think, is hard for you to prove to people that even know you that you didn't do that. It's one of those personal things in a relationship. Like if she
Yeah.
said, "I saw you do this," who am I to say she didn't? Like, you know what I mean? You're the only person that can refute that. So I would understand clearing your name up on that, but that's a single tweet, brother. Like that doesn't take
not
a
enough.
4-track record. This guy's like, I need
not
more.
enough. I need more.
This is the other thing, though. Meg has a track record of lying.
This is what
And
nobody's talking about.
This is as corny as it may be. I feel like people can't keep absolving her of blatantly
Kill
lying.
her.
I'm not a
She
fan of
lied
it.
on
But
her.
we-
She lied on her best friend.
Yes.
She lied about the situation.
She lied.
She lied and said she didn't fuck these
You
guys.
niggas worshipped her.
And he stuck his neck out there for her during these times. He was the guy being the supportive boyfriend.
The party guy?
Yeah. He held
He
her
was the
down.
guy holding her down through
Well, he
those
was her
times.
boyfriend even back then?
Yeah.
When she got shot?
Yeah.
All that.
No, not when she
Like,
got shot. After
shortly
that.
after,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, what?
And
No, it
so-
was during though.
No, when she got shot, she was.
Yeah, she was dating Tori.
She was dating Tori.
But she
allegedly.
must have been fucking with
So
other
who are
dudes
these other
at
dudes?
the
Like, how do
same
we have
time.
this confirmed?
How do we have what confirmed?
Anybody's business that
What?
she was cheating on him at the same time.
I believe she's a thottie. She looks like she's
Meg.
cheating
Cheating on
around
who
with a
at
lot
the
of
same
that
men.
Meg
time?
was cheating on Pardi at the same time.
I never
Bro,
said
I feel
that.
like
I don't
this is the
know.
thing
I
too,
don't.
bro.
I have no idea what she was.
I'll just say this: if I gotta be the bad guy, I gotta be the bad guy. But we're not quick enough to call a girl smooch these days. She's a smoochie. She gets with a lot of dudes. It is what it is.
But that's my thing is, I have no problem with that. Do your
I
thing.
don't have no problem
But
with it
it's
either.
like
I have a problem with
I
it.
get that he wants to clear his name. God bless you. Like if this is the move
She's
and
a
this is the little
smooch.
clout
You shoulda
situation,
known.
this is the situation. But like I'm not looking at you with like, I've learned more about you. Thank you so much for clearing your
Yeah,
name. I
yeah.
just like this was
For
I look
what
at you
I'm
differently.
trying to say is the lying part. If it's not like it would be different if there wasn't record of her lying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If there was no record of her lying publicly with unprovoked, by the way, then I would understand like why the fuck would you do all this? But consider it this way: if you're with someone that consistently keeps lying, they lied to you. That she allegedly, he said she swore on her mother's life
That she wasn't
that
fucking
she
him.
did not fuck Tori. Her mother, which we know was the most important person to her,
is
just
sick.
recently died a couple years ago. She lied to that extent to him. So for him to be scorned or hurt, I'm not gonna take that off his jacket.
business.
Do your thing. How you handle it is a different story. But the society or the public does keep absolving her of these moments where she's caught lying and pushed to the side because she was a victim in this one thing. I understand it during the trial and everything that was going on, like why lay on right now, time and place. You know what I mean? Like she said in the track, she was going through depression during that whole
big
time.
time.
And we saw online the visceral that she was getting from countless people. Countless media didn't believe her. Countless black people, just her black community didn't believe her. So like, I don't know what that pressure is like. And maybe that does force you to a place where you're like, I need to lie here and there, whatever. But regardless of the case, she lied.
Yeah.
And if she could lie about something like that, what else can she lie about?
And that's what people are not even entertaining. And that's the craziest part to me.
So it's like
she
once
lied.
you have that power of
Who
like.
cares?
You say who cares
Am I
until
nuts?
it becomes
Yes.
something serious. What if she lies on something like that
I mean, that
actually
was-
matters?
Okay, but like,
Because this
situation
doesn't
was
matter.
serious.
This
my
does
thing.
not
Okay,
matter.
here's my thing. It's a very easy verification process, and like the public discourse switches on a dime. So it's really like, why am I projecting? Is this a big deal today? No. Okay,
And
let's
plus,
keep it pushing.
I was gonna say too. I don't think the streets
if it's gonna
are
be a
really,
big deal
Do
tomorrow,
you not think that it's a big deal that it sets a precedent, especially with considering the case that she was just involved in? If
she can lie all you want, but then there's evidence. There's like things
what-
that are like verifiable.
there's things you can lie about that there's no evidence. What do you
Sure,
mean?
but then they still have to vet that. Then that's not how
Who?
like things.
Who's vetting it?
Yeah, but that's
Like-
how
like
like
whatever the
charges get
investigation
placed. Like
goes,
that's what
yeah.
an
No, I'm not talking about the
investigation is.
charges. I'm talking about the lies.
Yeah,
she
it
didn't lie
just-
about anything
it
that
says
was
a lot about your
There's a
character.
thing,
criminal.
if she's like, I was at such and such place, and then like everybody's photos, cameras are like, oh no, we see you clearly in this other place. That's like vetted proof. That's like a clear lie that got proven. If she's doing that stupid shit, then I'm like, okay, then it's pretty easy to verify. If it's like hearsay, I don't know, who cares? Like, what's the?
Yeah.
Sure, she likes to maybe extend the truth. Yeah,
I
so does
think-
Taylor Swift. Nobody's ethering Taylor Swift. I don't really care.
Yeah, but I think
Nah,
I
it's
think
bigger than that,
yeah,
though.
I think
It's bigger than
if you're gonna absolve people of just lying blatantly, and
Not
especially.
absolved. There's nothing I'm not saying absolved. There's difference between like, oh, she's fine versus like, oh,
But
she's
you
lied.
saying
and,
who
like-
cares is absolving. That's
But
absolving.
what
You
am I
got-
gonna do? Put
No, I
this woman
thought-
in
I thought-
Not
jail?
you.
I
I'm
thought
not
he
saying
meant,
you,
like-
but
what is the public gonna do?
Yeah, like, and does he mean like who cares? Like, it's Meg Thee Stallion. It's not like any of us know her personally.
Facts.
And like, do any of you guys even rock with her like that?
I don't
I used to,
care.
yeah.
I don't care. Period. I'm just talking in terms of, okay. So I'm on social media a lot, right? And when it comes to women and just the women-men thing, like it's a constant battle on the timeline.
Yes.
Women-men, right? And you have women that do lie. You have men that do lie. But the men that do lie are
Condemned to the
just
different level.
destroyed,
Yeah.
while the women that do lie are not held to that same
Yeah,
standard.
people say so what,
And
or
it-
like, yeah, it's fine. Let's brush
I think
past
that's
it.
because a lot of women have time to condemn these men, and men, we just move on. The same way we're all saying, I don't care about Meg Thee Stallion. A woman will sit here and, oh, he lied. That's just like the last guy who lied to me, and the
Nah.
guy who lied to me before.
I think
and
men
shit
do
like
that too.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not exclusive to
I think
women
it's
at
just,
all.
It's about fairness, to be honest. It's my
Men
whole
have
thing.
this perception that
What-
women are
what
way
is-
more
what is-
emotional.
what
Men
is
are
the
just
male
as emotional,
example?
if not more.
The Meg Thee Stallion thing doesn't really get me emotional.
It doesn't phase me at all. But
Yeah.
in terms of what we're allowing to go on public record and just being like, who cares? Like, what if it's you in that position now and someone has the same ideology? Who cares? She lied on you, ruined your name, ruined the perception of
Yeah.
you as an artist. Who cares? It's not my fault. I don't know her. Like, you can say that and then it becomes a slippery slope.
Right.
But I feel like girls, that's always their go-to. He cheated. Every girl says that, and whenever I hear that about a guy, I say, who cares? I don't care. I don't care that nigga cheated. I don't care.
I don't care.
I
that he
feel
cheated.
like
you're
he's
not.
gonna
You're
be
still looking
fine.
at it from
If
like
he's
the
talented,
straight topic. I'm just talking about an overall thing.
Like the
what are
Meg
we
with Crying
allowing?
Wolf type
What?
shit?
Yeah. What are we allowing?
Exactly. That's how I'm seeing it too. It's like it's a bit sus. It's like, yo, wait.
Is her
You're
dropping
big on telling the truth.
a reference in her track "Crying Wolf"? Is that enough?
Pardon me?
Is her putting a reference in her track about if he cheated or not in her bed? Is that enough to cry wolf? Like, is that what we're pinning?
No,
this on?
no,
do
but
you
it's
mean?
more than just that. He means like, is that the only lie? No, there's more things that he kind of debunked, and that to me, when I listen to it, I'm like, wait a minute, that's fucking weird. Like you said that this was a thing, now it's not. It's like that's a weird thing to lie about.
What are the other things? Just for my reference.
She lied on Gayle King about having sex with Tory.
Tory.
She lied to Pardi about having sex with Tory. She lied
Lied about having
about.
sex with
She lied about the
producers.
story.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like that happened, like the course of events. But my thing is, I don't know if she lied about that or just didn't remember because
Whatever the
there's
situation
a whole
is.
bunch of alcohol.
Is it all
that shit.
surrounding this particular situation?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the other thing too. It's like you have an actual criminal case attached to this woman, and people who already thought she lied. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's people are
doesn't
joining
help
that.
the two things
Yeah, I
together,
think they're joining that and marrying the two. Although I don't think the two are related in that sense.
They could
Like
be.
I think her relationship and what she did in her relationship and what happened to her that night are two different things
time.
and should not be judged on the same scale. But I do understand why people would. It's like going on the witness stand and you lied about something, and now it's like your credibility's lost.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it's. I think you have those people who are still super Tory
And you feel
fans.
like her credibility has not been diminished
Exactly.
with the lies she has now said.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying.
Exactly. And the Tory fans and those people are like, they're
they're
on
going-
it.
they're going
Like,
crazy. Yeah,
as soon as they smell a little thing that might
I
not
just
be
told you
factual,
they're going
look,
crazy.
see,
Yeah,
if she can lie about that, she can lie about this and this and this and this.
Yeah, that's fact.
Because then there's Tory fans, and you know some of them gotta take it easy.
That says it says it all by
know?
itself. You know what I mean? Me, like I said, I don't have a dog in this fucking race. I could care less. Like these are these people's lives.
I hope she takes a good break, and I hope Pardi is having a
she
nice
took
time
her
with this
break.
new lady.
She
and
back
everybody's
on it now.
outside.
Hey,
She back on it now.
Speaking of
back
random
to
lies,
work.
what do you think about this Kelly Oubre situation? Him lying about getting hit by the car. There's another one of those
I didn't hear
random
about this.
lies.
It's like a Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, that's what it feels
Almost.
like to me. When the truth comes out, it's gonna be funny,
I'm
bro.
so confused at what
Strange.
happened to this
And
guy.
this is
bro.
my theory. I think because you seen how he came into his apartment on the BMX.
Yeah.
I think he got into a fight with someone, and then he was beating him up because he's like 6'7".
I think it was James Harden.
Back of the
I think James Harden finally got his
ran him
payback.
over. Yeah, someone ran him over,
He
but
took
he was
James
the one who
Harden's
started
girl.
It. Yeah,
You
yeah,
think
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
ran him over after the fight? Like he was really mixing
I
it
think
up like that?
he started some shit that he shouldn't have been, and he was in the
Probably.
wrong, and someone like drove off out of fear to get away, and then they hit him. And then that's why it's like he lied about where it happened because probably he's on camera punching someone in the face.
Probably doing
or-
something crazy.
Yeah, something
They're
like
gonna
that.
figure it out.
Yeah, something
Because
like
it's not
that.
hard to trace back your steps if there's cameras outside your block.
Too many cameras.
All they got to do is
Lots
keep
of
connecting cameras.
I got one more theory too that it could be because you know Kelly Oubre. I know he's fucking with a lot of hoes and shit,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And you seen he went back to the apartment with his girl, right?
I
And
didn't
it's
see that.
So
I saw the bike.
Yeah, it's a ring camera, and he's
Which
on
is
his bike.
hold on, which is super wild that
How
the
they
ring
get that,
camera
right?
footage is out.
Yeah. Some of that ring.
You
needs to
don't own
explain.
your ring camera footage. I want you guys to know this. Go look at the fine print.
And depending
please.
on what state you live in, the
Yeah.
police, all they need is a serial number to
That's
access
it.
your ring
That's
camera.
That's
Right.
it.
And depending on what company it is, it's already uploaded to a cloud.
Already.
Why are you getting cameras
They got
from Amazon
Yeah, that's
for
nuts.
all of your home security needs? That's fucked up. That's
got
kind
me,
of
bro.
stupid, guys.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
gotta
mean,
like-
it's gonna get to the point where like you have no choice but to have these people in your
It should just
homes.
be closed circuit. It should just be. You can.
You have Alexa?
No. Why would I have something that listens to me all the time? That's
You have
stupid.
a phone, right?
I turn off the mic.
What
You
is
put
it?
in
What is your
another
reasoning
room.
behind that?
To not have somebody listen to
Oh,
me all the time?
he's a
But why?
big conspiracy theorist.
No, I work for
feel
the government. I know that they're listening to me all the time.
Okay.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
why?
tell you with confirmation.
But I mean, why?
Why you don't want people listening to you all the time?
What are you saying that's so private, huh?
Yeah, what do you up to, man?
What's the
That's
big
between me
secret?
and that's between me and my black
You got
ass.
wild kicks. You got some wild
Got it at
kicks.
the crib bricked
Fucking
up, bro.
bricked up at home.
On the
huh?
internet, shit, look your shit up.
Can hear the brick through the phone.
Not to get too serious with you, but the
Devious,
actual
man.
issue is they're selling all your third-party data. So
Love
now,
that.
Now everything you have in your bank account that you've ever mentioned about your passwords are now on there.
Love it.
So
Okay,
that's
yeah.
gone.
Love it.
So then
I
now
love a
they're
targeted
always-
ad. I love a
the
targeted
ads
ad.
are just better.
Oh no, it's not.
They are.
It's
You remember when commercials come on? You just like, I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about any of this.
this
stuff?
isn't speaking
This
to
is
me.
like commercials all for me. This is crazy.
this is even
I
better.
can't wait till commercials are saying, "Hey, Marlon."
It's far easy if the targeted ads are getting to you, that means the people who have the like can actually want to access your stuff. It's that much faster. So it's a back end deal. So
Brother,
if you
I
want to get
gave
your
up a
identity
long
theft,
time ago.
But identity theft is like really easy to prevent. Like it's so easy.
I gave up a
and
long
all
time
the dudes
ago.
got niggas out there just fucking typing away, being like, "Oh, I hope this motherfucker's mic is open."
You know how much you know how much of my information I've typed on websites I've never been on again. I've made logins
That's great.
for sites that I'm never
Same
gonna touch
password
again.
for
Same
everything.
password.
Oh,
Like I don't give a
They
fuck.
got you.
I gave up a long time ago.
I support you. Okay.
I'm not gonna make a
You
concerted
asked me
effort.
if I have that shit, and I said, "Fuck no."
I
'cause
want
that's
them to
crazy.
listen to me. I want them to listen to me.
God bless. That's,
Know what I want.
That's cool.
Manipulate me.
Manipulate.
I'd rather be manipulated without knowing I'm being manipulated.
This guy's sick. This guy wants to be tortured. What's wrong with this guy?
I mean, like,
Why is that torture?
Manipulate me without me knowing.
Bricked up, nigga.
this is the point of the podcast where Marlon just wants to be contrarian.
Contrarian? How? No, I honestly don't give a fuck who listens to me.
Okay.
I've always been on that side. Like I remember when niggas
So
they
are
came
you
out
on
with the
sp- are you
thumbprint on
on
iPhone,
are
and
you
niggas
on
like, I'm not
spe-
putting my fucking thumb in there. blah, blah,
Are
blah.
you on
I'm like, I work
speakerphone all the
Aldo.
time?
I don't care.
Do you when you answer your phone, are you on speakerphone all the time?
Majority of the time,
Really? Yeah.
I'd probably say 80%.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't care who listens to my
You never do
conversations
speaker? You
either.
never do speaker?
No. Why would I?
I gotta ask you though. What
'Cause
is
it's an
the
option.
big secret? Though? You actually got a lot.
Yeah,
of
what do you know,
secrets.
man? What are you planning?
What are you
bro?
afraid of?
None of my. So you're fucking business.
He knows something, bro. Nah.
What happened? Niggas used to be able to keep secrets. That's my information.
now you can't.
You can't. It's so easy.
You have a
Niggas
phone.
are just lazy.
You have a phone.
It's so
What
easy
kind of phone
to
you have?
turn
I
feel
things
like,
off.
What kind of
but like,
phone
there's
you
no
have?
way that like the
I have a
like,
clean iPhone.
There's no way the government is
time
storing
out.
your secrets.
Time out.
like,
What do you mean
like-
clean iPhone?
It's
Like-
all hardware, no different software.
Yeah, but like they're not keeping. They're not.
He's
This
brick.
guy's Jason Bourne, bro.
Guys, it's not that hard. It's just like you plug in your phone, you wipe off certain things. That's pretty easy.
That's a lot.
You know how easy it is to turn off your mic and make sure your mic is closed?
That's
like,
too
just
much.
Off the thing?
That's just way
it's
too
like
much.
pretty easy.
That's just too much. I don't need to.
Okay. I mean, like,
Rather than listen to me talk
there's
about
also
slab ball.
listen. It's all suggestions, you know.
Yeah.
A street light is suggestion. If you want to go play in traffic, that's your business, you know. I can't help you.
Oh man, that's fucking jokes. But yeah, no.
This guy knows something, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's called identity theft. Protect yourselves. Niggas lose money every
This
day.
guy said
just
it's a
off
real
niggas'
thing. We know it's
website.
not a unicorn, nigga. We've all met a Nigerian.
No, it's actually kind of fucked up. Like, you see how many people just get their shit fucking took off of nothing? I was like, oh, wow. You wake up one day and now you just locked out all your shit. Now niggas talk about Bitcoin on your Instagram page.
That's why you don't
That
get
happened to me,
Bitcoin.
bro.
That's why you don't get Bitcoin.
It happened to me, bro. Yeah.
The full hack where people are talking about, like, I made this much money. Look
People
at my
literally
investments.
DMing my friends like, yo, send me 500.
Oh no.
Like, it was literally
You
Nigerian.
got?
Bro, I didn't click on anything.
How'd they get you?
Your
Someone sent
mic
you a
was
link.
open
Someone
one
sent you a
day.
link.
Yeah, I think it was like a Facebook thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't even use my
types, man.
Facebook, so it's like, yeah, it's a long story. But it was literally a Nigerian. It saw location. It said Nigeria.
I'm telling you.
And he was messaging girls in Nigeria saying, yo, I'm in Ontario.
My man said I'm outside. Come pull up.
He literally, no, he said, I'm in Ontario. Send me money.
You don't have two-factor authentication?
I do.
So why would you have two-factor authentication but want to be okay with
'Cause they
people
suggest
listening
it.
to you? Good. Well,
I don't have it on everything.
But why would you even
Hackers,
take your pick?
take your pick. You guys want my feet finder password?
Feet finder. Yo, what? Feet finder. Dog.
You're out there buying the pics of the feet. Huh? You
Yeah, I
sick
got the
fuck.
free trial still. You know what I mean?
Man, this-
Yo,
that's
I just
what-
found out that was a thing.
Feet finder?
You can Google people's feet.
Don't put your hands behind your head and say that. That's crazy. Yo, this guy. How did you discover this?
You can find people's feet on this site, bro. Type in any
so
celebrity to show you
strange.
mad feet.
That's crazy.
How did you find that out?
They reached out for a brand deal, which I will be doing soon.
That's actually fire.
No, I found out on Horrible Decisions from Wheezy on there. People were uploading her feet onto this site. And yeah, they got mad feet on there. I mean, having a foot fetish, that's like a cheat code of a kink. You could just go to the beach, get bricked up. Like, that's easy access kink right there.
Sick.
Yeah.
You just go and become like a pedicure person.
Work at
and
Foot
rub
Locker,
people's
nigga.
feet all day.
Whoa.
So let me get your foot. Let me get your foot.
Just holding on to the foot the whole
Let me
time.
get your foot.
Don't go to
Get them
Maryland. He
corns.
measures
yeah,
everybody's feet.
That's why you work at Aldo?
Let's get you some
Become
new
a
socks.
become a key.
at Aldo,
I was a key holder at Foot Locker, nigga. Shit. New Drake,
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it.
6-pack, deluxe, I guess, version of For All the Dogs.
/ Scary Hours. Yeah.
How are we feeling about the original For All the Dogs?
It's definitely grown on me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be the first one.
As it will.
I was like, you know what? I was like, this was a little mid. It was alright. It was gonna give you a solid performance out of a Drake.
My thing
Drake
is,
project.
I catch a different bar on there almost every
And
time.
that's what happened.
And I'm like, none of you niggas can do this. So it's like, how can I call this mid if none of these niggas can do this?
No.
And
yeah.
something to said about consistency, you know?
That boy said, like Snoop Dogg and like Snoopy and Charlie Brown, you dogging the kid. Where do you even?
Yeah, he has a lot of those.
Where do you even
He has a lot of
like?
those.
He
yeah.
loves a caption. I'll tell you.
Dog, it's like he
Yeah,
writes
some
all
of the
his
songs are little
bars
couplets.
in tweets. It's like he writes all his bars in tweets and then converts
I
it.
bet you all his bars are in drafts. It was just
Dog,
tweets.
But you know who's
Snoop and
another
Charlie,
artist
you
who has those
dogging the
low key?
kid?
Ram Riddles. Ram Riddles has a lot of those funny lines that are like, wait a minute, this is actually deep. You don't believe me, but I'm telling you, go
When was the
listen
last
to
time you got a
Ram
COVID test? You have a fever?
Oh,
This guy-
shit.
So we're hating on Ram Riddles?
Damn, that's big hate.
We're hating on Ram Riddles? That's crazy.
Big
That was
hate.
just a big stretch.
I'll tell you this:
That was
Ram
a big
Riddles is one of the
stretch.
most impressive performers I've seen in this city.
He's a good guy.
That guy puts on a performance, man, and the confidence.
Yeah, the
like,
confidence is different.
The
I'll agree
confidence
that's a
is
very
different.
confident man.
Different.
It's a very
like,
confident performer.
I look at that. That's a major component for me when I go look at an artist. Like, you could be talented, bars, sing, whatever. It's those in between moments, in between songs. How do you continue to capture an audience?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
exactly.
How
Yeah,
do
you're
you
good at that, yeah.
engage with the audience? How do you make me like you more? Because realistically, it's those in between parts where I get closer to an artist. Like
Yeah.
they'll tell you, "Oh, yo, I wrote this because of blah blah blah" or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they'll just be funny.
He just
Like
goes,
Ari
"Yeah."
Lennox is like super charming and funny on stage.
Yeah.
Like everybody has like their thing, right?
Yeah.
But the artists that like, for example, I went to saw that Party Next Door show at History, and there was like no talking in between.
This was years ago?
No, this is this year. The one this year when Drake.
yeah,
In the summer, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's just running through tracks? It's
He's just
like
going
back to
through
back.
tracks, not saying nothing. I'm
He's
just
going through
like,
stuff.
No
He's going through
presence.
stuff.
I don't like this. Like he probably talked like twice. I'm not. I mean, I think some people put a lot of stock in mystery.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not one of those people. I don't put stock in the mysterious artist, which is kind of like why I like Drake, right? Because he just keeps dropping. He's not trying to like stay awake,
He's
make his
working.
absence grow fonder or whatever. Like I like artists that are constantly producing and constantly creating or
face?
whatever.
Yeah.
Pardi is one of those mysterious
Yeah.
artists where he stays in the studio. You don't really see him red carpets. You don't see interviews. You don't see him on Hot Ones or anything like that. Like
Do you think that bothers Drake at all? Because he's like the head of the label? 'Cause I'm trying to think, like, because I remember
I
there
don't
was, like,
think so.
at the time
Drake-
he was pushing Party a lot, and like,
Drake gives those guys a lot of autonomy. He doesn't really.
I know, but
get
I
in
think
the
that
way of anything they
it's
do.
one of those situations where maybe he might want more from him. It's like, yo, you can do this, but you just need to maybe. It's like the 50 Lloyd Banks thing.
Does he need to do more? He's a song. He's like one of the
But-
most established songwriters in the game
but
right now.
listen, like the comparison though, the 50 Lloyd Banks thing. You kind of get what I'm saying?
No, I hear what you're saying, but I think like what you're asking is just like, nah, I don't think that someone wants something for someone else more than they want it for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And
in
you don't know
general,
what
yeah.
Party's goals are. You know what
That's
I mean?
what- yeah,
We
yeah.
we always project what we would do in those situations, and
Or what we want for them.
yeah, and you don't know if Party wants to just chill in the studio and
Yeah.
create hits for people.
You're
You know
right.
what I mean? Like he's a very versatile artist.
Very.
And like when he writes for people, you hear him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's like,
He might be back there Rick Rubening. You don't even
you know
know.
what I mean? He has such a strong pen that it's like, why do I need to? I'm making all this pub. Like,
Good point.
Why do I need to do any
I
of
guess
that?
yeah, just a selfish part of me as a fan. It's
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean? You want
for-
that from him because
Yeah.
he's produced such great music. But like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm getting older now. I'm thinking more from like an entrepreneur mindset. Like, I would never want people to tell me how to make my podcast. I would never want people to tell me the topics to write on my podcast, how often I should drop my podcast.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that stuff would irk me. Who do you think you are? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, especially when it comes to art, I feel like podcasts are an art as well. I feel like
sure.
all these mediums that we have, they hold a special place to us and come out at different times. Like, there are times, like right now, you see me dropping bare skits on Instagram. Like, I'm just in that mood. Like, if I'm in that mood, I'm gonna do it. And people, my manager gets mad. She's like, "You should be doing this all the fucking time." I'm like, like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like creatively doing something, that's when I'm gonna indulge. Which is what you were saying, like where you're at right now. You're boxing. You're doing the music whenever you feel like it. And I'm sure it feels way better.
Oh, 100%. And it's just funny, like when you're doing creative shit, people are so quick to say like, "Oh, if I were you." And people say it to me so often, I'm always like, bro, like
You're not.
If you were doing
that
this,
part, though.
if you were doing this, I would just encourage you to do it your way. I'm just doing it, and I'm doing it my way.
Facts.
Like, you know, like,
Facts.
But like, it's not too often that you'll like walk into a convenience store and tell Habibi like, "Oh, you know, you should do this, and that with this spot."
Y'all niggas should make this a bodega. Where's the cat?
Nah, niggas,
You know what's
niggas like doing that. Yeah.
What's a
Some
crazy
niggas,
example?
but
Yeah.
that's niggas who don't know themselves. Because it's like the
Yeah.
same niggas who usually do that don't have anything going on themselves.
Ever.
All
It's-
criticism.
Ever.
That's
There's
no
never
more.
been a nigga that told me, "Yo, you should do this shit," where they were doing something for themselves where I was like, I respect what you do, and I see that you're growing, so maybe I should do that.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
It's never been the
It's
case.
the people who don't know how to focus on themselves. They're so focused on you.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're not focused on their own shit, and they think they have the ideas, that better ideas for everyone else but themselves.
I think Andre 3000's album is like a good example. I think a lot of people wanted it to be a certain thing, I myself included, and it certainly isn't what I expected.
For All the Dogs is the perfect example as well. A lot of people wanted it
Expected
to
something
be
else.
a certain
Facts.
thing.
That's facts.
But he
And
gave
now
us
he
that.
gave it us in these 6 tracks. These 6 tracks are potent.
They're incredible. I went home, listened to it. This is after the podcast, right? We're recording. That was the Thursday of last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was that night.
Yeah, went home. I think I'm about to do dishes or some shit. So I'm like, yo, it's 12. Let me play this. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Which one is your favorite?
Let me tell you about my brother.
I think The
man.
Shoe Fits,
Let
man.
me tell you about my brother. The Shoe Fits. Oh, he was popping shit.
The Shoe Fits is fucking cold. I think he beat Cole on Evil Ways. I think
I
he's up.
didn't like Evil Ways. To be
I think he's
honest.
up 3-1.
Didn't move me
I think he's up 3-1 on Cole.
I think The Shoe Fits and Stories About My Brother are my 2.
3 up on Cole. I think he's got Jodeci Freestyle. He beat Cole. In the Morning. I'm gonna give it to Drake still. I think he lost on First Person Shooter.
Yeah.
But this one, he came with it. Cole came with it too, though. We link it like
don't sleep.
we link it like we freed the slaves is the coldest opening line I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't get that at first. I was like, wait, what? I'm like,
We
okay,
link it
Abraham
like
Lincoln
we
is free.
freed the slaves. I said,
Yeah.
this he's going for it.
Yeah.
What other songs are on there? You Broke My Heart.
I didn't like that one.
You didn't like it? Fuck my ex,
Yeah.
fuck my ex.
Didn't care for that.
See, and this is the thing. This is the hypocrisy that I don't like, right? Pardi makes a track. Pardi makes a track about his ex.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what the fuck? This is some corny shit. And I think it's only because we know what ex he's talking about. Because how many artists have talked about their ex and we praised them? But Drake's whole come up at the start, Marvin's Room is one of his biggest songs.
Yeah.
And he's talking about his ex. Freaking this song, You Broke My Heart. I'm seeing bare people going, oh, I love the melody at the end of
Because
this.
the song
Fuck
is
my
good.
ex.
It's
And I'm
all
like,
about the song being good.
And you got
so if the song was sick.
No, you gotta have a
Party
body of
would've
work
been-
behind you. It's like we know this guy for telling his whole life.
Yeah.
So of course we want that part of it too. This other dude, I never heard nothing about him. The first thing I'm hearing about is his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. So I
So
get
if you
that, yeah.
if you knew more of his story and he had a
Yeah.
body of work that was
It's
credible,
a wild opening bar.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
okay,
You're
okay.
standing now that's what he's known
if
for.
that's your introduction, yeah, it's like you become
yeah, okay,
this
makes sense.
caricature.
And it's not a great song.
That's what I said. I was like, yo, I see why
Still
he's a
ain't helped.
songwriter.
No, it's
Exactly. You know?
You can see his strength is not in delivery.
But
But
the
the nigga
fuck
sounded
my-
like he was falling asleep the whole track.
Yeah, you're right.
He sounded like Snorlax. Shit
But
was
the
crazy.
fuck
It sounded
my ex
like
part
the
of the song.
voicemail that he left a bitch after she broke up with him, and he knows he was dead wrong. At the beginning of the song, everything he's
I just
saying
want to
sounds like a
apologize.
lie,
Yeah, you're right. yeah. But the
Just
part,
wanna
the fuck my ex part of the song was not great to me. It just didn't sound nice to the ears. It just didn't.
Sounded great to me. I don't know. But Wickman is probably the only one I was like, eh.
Wickman was the first one.
Wickman was the one I was like, eh.
Yeah.
No, Wickman was. It's at wait, no.
I don't know the Wickman. That's probably why it didn't hit for me. There is a guy he's referring to that as the Wickman, like one of his boys or whatever. But
Yeah, okay. There's a lot of hidden names and stuff like that he's referring to on these.
well,
6
Joe
songs.
Budden obviously caught majority of the shots on this
Yes.
You see,
6 track.
he didn't want to comment on it when they asked him what do you think.
Yeah.
That nigga put it behind a paywall and said, "I'm
And-
not talking about Diddy
Yeah.
or Drake,"
It was crazy.
which is the reason why I put it behind a paywall. Like what?
He was spinning, bro. It was actually nasty to watch because he's the king of calling people out when they do that.
Dog,
And so when
I've
you
seen
see
this
him
guy
do
talk
it, you're
about-
like, dog, come on.
I've seen him talk about the most insignificant things about people. And this all of a sudden, ask me about my son, ask me about my dog, my grandma. I'm like, nigga, what are you? You just told Drake to stop fucking 25-year-olds 2 weeks ago.
Goofy.
Well, don't act like you're not in people's business when you stay in people's business.
That's your
a
job.
part of your job.
That's literally your
It's
job.
to stay in people's business.
Yeah.
Like the convenience of it was
It
hilarious
was nasty.
to me.
Like, what, you want me to say that it's bad? We already know
You
they're
guys want
bad.
me to come on here and be the No, we want you to come on here and condemn Hamas, nigga. What the fuck do you think? Like, what the fuck do you think, bro? Like, people want to hear your perspective every week uniquely for your unique perspective. Why would this week be any different? Like,
I think Joe often forgets that if he's the topic of conversation, we also want to hear.
you
his
think he
thoughts.
forgets? He well knows.
He knows, yeah.
No, he
well
forgets
knows.
this the whole reason. Like putting it behind the paywall, he just knows. He's like, yeah,
There's no
fuck 'em.
forgetting. That's intentional. He doesn't give a fuck. He just said the other day the pods are
So
about
why
to
do we-
stop being
why
free
do we keep going back to him?
because
It's
it's
good
so
product.
entertaining.
It's good product, man.
So fucking entertaining,
He's so
dog.
entertaining. It's
It's like watching.
I hate
You
it.
get to watch a car crash every week.
And a controlled one too. So I know like nobody's really
Nobody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
It's like you get to watch this controlled car crash every week, and you don't have to pay a dime. Like
And sometimes I'm on his side, and sometimes I'm not. But sometimes I am.
there's
but
the rare
sometimes I'm
there's
not.
the rare times where he makes a very valid, probably not thought of a lot point, right? But I mean, broken clock is right twice a day, so it's like, sure, but. It became increasingly more frustrating watching the show when Melissa Ford got on there.
Yep.
Oh, because she would. Why? Every reason.
Well, me and you went back and forth on
Yeah.
this. This nigga was Team Joe.
No,
Fucking, yeah,
wait.
you were. Don't let me pull up the
Oh,
DMs.
for that one? Yeah. Because she was fucking
And then I
wrong,
told
bro.
you that, and I showed you how he was wrong, and you're like, yeah, actually, you're right.
Nah.
I can pull up the DMs.
I lied, nigga. So what? I lied, nigga. What's up?
It's not a feel.
Melissa Ford is constantly dogpiled by them
time.
on this show. Like,
I thought it was kind of a bit. Like that's the kind of the whole point of the show for a second because it happens so often.
it seemed like it was a bit that
It's
she
just
was
not.
okay with at first, and then it just became volatile because like Ish gets really worked up.
Yeah.
And
Foot
don't let
shaking,
it be
everything.
about men-woman
That guy,
relations.
why does he get so worked up? Why
When
is
it
he
comes
so
to men and
stressed?
women relations and how men are viewed and how women are viewed, that man will lose
You're
his
right. Yeah,
mind.
you brought that up. You said he gets triggered easily.
A lot of
Yeah,
people are like
t-
that these days, though.
Yo.
When it comes
That's
to
facts.
the men and
A
women.
lot of the
shit.
red
Because
pill
the
shit.
algorithms, brother, they're
I
they're
guess you
brainwashing
could just
Just
see
them,
made
man.
up situations getting flung at each other.
Dog, we were talking about this
That's a
last
fact.
week.
That's a fact. Yeah.
A lot of made up situations. So if you went on a date and this never happened.
But that's why I was saying earlier, I feel like with the celebrity shit, like, yeah, they try to be getting people worked up. Me, personally, I don't give a fuck about what the celebrities do.
seen
You
me,
yeah.
know what I'm
understand?
saying? It'll never get me worked
Yeah.
up.
That's not my
But
business.
I do feel like a lot of these females, especially, be getting worked up. Like, yeah, all men are dogs because Idris Elba cheated. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, I
what does
think
that
it's
got to
more.
do with
It's
What's
more
the
so.
got to do with me?
I think it's more so they get more and more evidence from our side of wrongdoing every week. Like it's not every week you're hearing some woman did some foul ass shit, but almost every week a nigga's doing some foul ass shit or exposed for doing some foul ass shit. So it's like, especially with their own experiences, we all know women in here that cannot say they haven't been sexually assaulted.
Oh, when it comes to that type of stuff, yeah.
Like
for sure,
almost
yeah,
every
yeah.
woman I know has been sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Almost every man I know has not been sexually assaulted. So like there's increasing evidence that we're bad people, and if they keep
hold
getting
on a
it,
second, hold
if
on
they
a
keep
second.
going, if they
I don't
keep
agree
seeing
with
guys that
that.
they idolize, for example, Pardi, the visceral that he's getting right now is simply because they propped him up before.
Yeah.
They saw him with that whole playing video games while holding her, and they propped him up. He made that song about black women, they propped him up. So they're like, we raised you to this point.
Yeah.
And now you disappoint us like that. They get so attached to it because they propped these men up. Idris Elba is supposed to be like this debonair, handsome guy who's sexiest man alive. And if you were to hear he did some shit after you propped him up and made him so important in your life in terms of perspective, when he lets you down, it's gonna be let down way harder than people like us who don't give a fuck about celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not using celebrities as my barometer or my moral compass for people as a whole.
But when you said like we're just bad people, you're just like throwing for example, right? You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
actually believe that, right?
No, I don't think, obviously not as a whole. I'm talking very generally. But I
Okay, I
mean,
got you.
there's more evidence, I would say, in men history of wrongdoing than women. It's like, that's a given. There's no questioning that, right? And it's just power dynamics. Like, we're
Yeah,
not
that's
even
what I
gonna,
was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a power dynamic.
Yeah.
Some of it is inherent of power. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not really, it's just like the laws of nature. It's not even something we're deliberately doing. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to say men are deliberately being bad people. I'm saying that men on average are more bad people. That's all I'm saying. The numbers skew more
When
in
the
our
bad
direction.
is happening,
It skews in our direction. You know what I mean? Like, I know very upstanding dudes. Almost every guy in my circle is upstanding. Almost. Gotta have those one, you know? You gotta have a Matt in there, you know? Kinky boy. But this guy get bricked up off honey, you know? Don't sleep. Very serious. He's a sicko.
The honey packs are how you going crazy.
Oh, he doesn't even need the honey packs. Just Kirkland. Just Kirkland. Just Costco honey. This nigga
Regular
honey
is crazy. You sick man.
Not even
sick
the
nigga,
fancy
bro.
shit or nothing.
Not even the fancy, the Asian shit. Wow. This nigga just bricked up off a regular.
You're on that Winnie the Pooh time.
I told him you should have been that for Halloween. You didn't want to scare the
How have you
kids.
never been Winnie the Pooh before?
You gotta wear underwear.
Hopefully.
It's kind of hard to pull that off.
Yeah, you're going to jail, fam.
without a sex party. But yeah, no, I like this little
The six-pack
6
was
tracks
crazy,
that
yeah.
he dropped. It's
happy-
exactly what people initially expected, which is like majority rap. I would say 90% of it is rap.
Yeah.
And it's all bars. He's just barring up from the very beginning. He chose producers that deal with
Conductor.
people that are of the backpack variety.
Yeah.
The Alchemist,
They wanted people barred up. We were looking for bars. He gave it up.
And this is what people initially expected. So he's like, all right, here. And he added that he didn't start writing this until For All the Dogs dropped. So in 5 days.
I can tell.
In 5 days, he essentially wrote this. And Cole's, some Cole's bars in there, you can tell, like, just what they're talking about. This
was very
definitely
recent.
Yeah.
Very recent.
This all sounds like a response to the feedback from For All the Dogs.
Yeah. For
All of it.
some, I would say some of it.
Bro, the majority
Because some of
of
it is still on
I think it's
theme
in
with
relation
the
to, like-
album as well. Because
Like
it's
the
still
Fuck My Exes part.
Fuck My Ex
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, like
still a man scorned. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
It didn't feel like cutting room floor stuff, though.
no.
It didn't feel
That's
like
what I'm
stuff
saying,
that
and
we
that's-
left out.
yeah.
No, you could tell
And
sometimes.
this, is why I think he's just such a great rapper, because the response, dog, is just so fire. He also brought up Rory and Mal. I don't know if you heard that part.
I did.
You heard that part, eh?
I heard it I was like, am I reaching?
Yeah.
Because
it
he
was one of
doesn't say
those-
their names.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
But he talks about their situation with Joe a little bit, like
He says, he's
in
like,
coded ways.
You made it to a certain level, and then you dropped your niggas, and then we all know the reason why, but everyone's kind of, theorizing around it. That's basically what he said. So in my
And
mind, it was
what made
clear.
me think it was them was the Uber line, like chauffeured from one place to the other, and Maul just got revealed. Like,
Oh, yo, if
that
that's
Maul
the
was
case,
getting
that's crazy.
Ubered.
That's crazy.
'Cause
Well,
that's what
my
made me
drive,
think it was
my
them.
drive is designated. Your drivers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and like let's put it this way: if Drake was gonna respond to all the stuff that Joe said, who's he gonna hit up?
You think Mo?
Who hates Joe more? Who hates Joe more
I don't
than
think it
Maul?
goes that deep. Nah.
If he gave them an interview, that'd be crazy.
That'd be-
That's
Allegedly.
that'd be insane.
we'll see. I
I'm
mean,
saying
that
if
would be the
upcoming-
greatest.
Like, if coming up, if
That
they
might
got
be-
one off,
That would have been the
crazy.
response.
Oof.
That should have been the response.
That hurts.
Show up on the Rory and Maul pod. Oh my God,
hurts.
Turn
that would
them up
hurt.
one time, yeah.
Because we all know that's what Joe wants more than anything
More
in
than
life. That's the
anything.
season finale, series finale of his podcast.
Facts.
Drake comes on there,
It's done.
it's over.
He just names the podcast.
There's really, there's really nothing else to work up to on Joe's pod other than the Drake interview, because we've had like countless interviews from other people. I remember
the
when the
Hove
Pusha
interview?
thing.
The Pusha T interview was one of the.
That's
I
why
thought
I
that
think
was
he
huge.
might never get it.
Really.
That's why I think he'll never get the Drake interview.
Oh.
Is because of that Pusha interview. That Pusha interview added a lot of validity to what Pusha was saying at the time.
Big time.
And he also exposed where he got the information from on Budden's podcast. Like, it was right in the thick of that.
Yeah, it was a really good interview.
And
it was free.
Drake seems to have a long memory. He seems to be like dabbles in the petty.
Bro, he moves.
The man said,
differently.
I'll pop up on you 10 years later like procrastination. No, it was the way he delivered that line
God.
that was genius to me. Because
That's
he's like,
bravo.
I'll fuck it.
Oh, I love when he got in that
And
bag.
I'm like, he procrastinated
Yo.
while talking about, I was like, that's good.
Arrogant.
Like, that's good.
The era he's in right now, the arrogant Drake era, is amazing.
That man said, you look like you said you didn't reduce nothing, but you looking like,
Yeah.
You looking like you didn't lose nothing. I was
Yeah.
like, because you say the line first. I love when a rapper can
Yes.
get you to a place where you say the last word, but they're not saying that word.
Yeah.
That shit's so
Yeah.
sick to
This
me.
is why I wanted him to be barred up before, because I find that like his style now is so relaxed. Like he's achieved what he wanted to achieve. I think he has for
Yeah.
the most part. And now when he raps, he's allowed to be a little funny and a little self-referential. And I think that makes for some of the better bars.
A lot
It
of
does.
meta.
It really
a
does.
lot
Yeah,
of-
give me the meta. Give me
Meta
like the real
Drake is-
thoughtful
yeah,
stuff. And I'm
real
like, this
Drake.
is. And now it kind of sounds more like packaged. Like
Yeah.
he's reaching final form.
It's so clever, the rhyme schemes that he puts together, and
Yeah.
like I feel like almost like when I listen to a Drake album, there's almost a checklist that goes off in my head because like he seems to not follow the same formula.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But he needs to have certain elements in every album. Like you're
Rappity
always
raps.
gonna hear onomatopoeia.
big time. Always.
There's always
that?
gonna be a
What's that?
sound.
Always.
It's yeah.
So like snap, crackle, pop. Like those are
okay.
sounds, but they're words.
Gotcha.
So he's almost always gonna have an
Like
onomatopoeia in
zoom,
there.
like all that shit.
Which to me, it reminds me of like Eminem trying to rhyme orange. You know what I mean? He's still like testing himself or like
It's a little bit
pushing
of an
himself.
exercise. It's a little bit of a writing
Because
exercise.
it's not something you see normally in rap. Like how many people do you hear with onomatopoeias just in the middle of a bar? Like just whistling the end of a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
No, he's-
there's little elements like that.
Wayne
Obviously,
is
he's gonna talk
Wayne
about
is
the
another
X's.
classic one of that.
I think you got it from Wayne.
Sure.
You know what I
think
mean?
He does it the best, bro.
Wayne is, to me, top 3.
I
Nah,
think
to me.
Drake.
Rapper
I
of
think
all
that
time.
Drake.
No?
No,
He's not in your top. Is he in your top 10?
Smith over here. What are you talking about?
He's not in your top 10.
I don't like Wayne.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
that's just okay.
I forgot he's 12. He's
There's
also
a-
12.
No, I'm
He
28,
wasn't
bro.
there.
I'm
He
grown.
wasn't there.
We're the same age. What are you talking about?
He wasn't
we were
there.
there.
Yeah,
Oh, I was there.
You
We
were
saw
there.
it. We
Yeah,
seen
like-
it. I was there.
Lil
Guys,
Wayne,
seen
He's
it,
in my
but-
top.
Lil
five.
Wayne, the cannon dropped, and you weren't bumping that.
All right, that's your business.
Hey, man.
no.
You don't like Carter 3? Birds Flying High? Pussy Monster?
No. Never cared for it.
Upgrade You remix?
No.
Classic.
I don't think I even heard that.
You never. Okay, so
See
okay,
that?
that's
So
the
then we're not
problem
we're
right
not talking
there,
to the right
yeah.
person here. Then.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Where it's like, I didn't like.
Upgrade Your remix is probably for
Why
me
did you never
a
want to
top 3
investigate?
Wayne song.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wayne's bars on there is just
Yeah.
Why did you never want to investigate?
Because I listened to the mixtapes, the songs. I'm like, I just don't like. I don't see it. It was one of those situations where everyone around me was fucking with it, and I'm like, I don't.
Oh, you're one of those people.
So who's your top 5?
That's so funny, bro. Like everyone be like, "Oh, this movie's the best movie." I
No,
ever
Contrarian.
seen."
I'm not contrarian.
You
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
saw
yeah.
Rush
You'd be like, I don't even,
You were
I don't even want to see that shit.
That shit sucks.
Low key.
Rush Hour?
Rush Hour
Nah,
is
fuck
cool,
off.
but it's like they're doing a lot.
You're
I'm not a huge
fucked.
fan of Eddie
Jesus
Murphy.
Christ. Oh my Lord.
Anyone who's funny or hot, like I don't like that shit.
No, 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 no,
Niggas,
Niggas that are popping, fuck that.
niggas say it's good. I'm like, nah, probably not.
probably not as crazy.
That's crazy hate.
Nah, I'm straight.
Precursoring the hate is nuts.
Yeah, probably not. It's
Probably
hilarious,
not.
though. Like, nah, I don't think so. Nah, man, I don't know. I just didn't see it. I was
Yo.
a big Kanye fan growing up, of course, 50, of course. But when it came to just Wayne, I'm like,
Who's your top 5?
don't do that.
Top 3.
Why not? Come on.
It's tough, bro.
Just
Top
be unique.
5.
Don't give us the classic.
No,
Everybody's
I'm never
top
gonna.
five. Give us
Mine
yo,
is-
I
mine
got
is-
the big. I got no.
Mine is Jay, Drake, and Wayne.
top 3.
That's my top 3.
No Biggie, huh?
Biggie's right there 4.
Drake is in there.
He just,
of course.
he just
your top
the
3?
catalog. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
my top 3 Drake,
Biggie, in terms of style and rapping, my favorite rapper. Period.
Mm.
Period. Even more than Jay-Z. Like at period. But those guys just have so much more catalog because
they also
they
have a
were
lot
here
of,
for a
like-
long time.
They have a lot of throwaway songs, like Biggie, like the percentage is like 9 songs out of 10.
But he wasn't here long enough to have throwaway songs.
No, that's not fair because you can look
I
at
don't know
some
about
people's
long
first
enough, 'cause
albums.
some
Jay-Z
people-
dies after
a lot of
Reasonable
people
Doubt.
got
He has
Lauren-
he
a lot
has
of
a
people
high
got
percentage
Lauryn
rate.
Hill. A
I
lot of
hear-
people
I
got
hear what you're
Lauryn
saying.
Hill
The
on their
martyrdom
list, and it's
helps.
only one album.
But that's what I'm saying. High percentage rate.
But sometimes you just gotta look at body of work. It's not even percentage rate. It's just like hits for hits.
And let's take.
You got to look at more than that
you
because
said-
Lauryn Hill didn't write those songs.
But you said Jay-Z's first album or Jay-Z's on your list, right?
Are we precluding
Look
rappers
at-
who haven't written?
No, we're precluding that.
No,
We're
you're good,
precluding that if you're gonna look at one album and be like, yeah, that's all we need, then you got to go deeper. If that's all you need, with Biggie,
More
he
caveats.
wrote the shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? With Lauryn Hill, she didn't produce it. She actually didn't even credit the producers. They actually had to sue her to get their money. She didn't write it. Okay, they were
I don't know if
reference.
she did.
No, she didn't
I
write
think
it.
that's
Robert Glasper made it a fact that she did not
I
write.
think that's
All right,
still
well,
money.
She
Lauryn Hill,
stole
that's-
songs from his friends.
That's a little separate. If we're talking about like Biggie, Jay-Z, you saying Biggie? Oh, he only dropped like what 3 projects maybe? But let's look at Jay-Z's first 3 projects. They could never compare to Biggie's first.
They
3
can
projects.
compare.
Nah, they can't.
They can compare.
They can't.
Reasonable Doubt can't compare.
Blueprint
can't
That's
compare.
kinda hot.
Nah,
take still.
Blueprint. Nah,
That's
I
a
wouldn't-
hard
I would-
take, brother.
I wouldn't put it up there with Jay-Z's first 3 albums. Nah, I wouldn't.
I'm not even
I
a big
wouldn't.
J fan, but that's kind of crazy.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I think Reasonable Doubt holds its own. I think Blueprint holds its own. I
Reasonable
think
Doubt is a good one, but I wouldn't put Blueprint up there with that shit. No.
Really?
I don't know, man.
That's a toughie. Is it as?
But like
good
I said,
as
Biggie's the better
Biggie's
rapper.
best
So I
album?
get why you say that. But like, if
a
Biggie had a longer career, if Biggie had the same length of career as Jay-Z right now, he would. I don't know if Jay-Z would even be Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because Jay-Z adopted his style from Biggie, but Jay-Z was Biggie's little bro. Like he little bro'd him. When Biggie was out the way, that's what allowed Jay-Z to become who he became.
A lot of it is stylistic too, because it's like with music, it's like if it's just about bars and stuff, then we should bring up like KRS-One and like
You could bring up Tech Nine and shit, like you know what I mean. Like,
exactly,
if
like,
it's
you
all
know,
subjective, but
Jay
like,
Electronica, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, it's about making a good record, like making a hit.
It's
record.
the all around.
And
you know?
and Biggie is like the GOAT. He taught niggas what a hot rap rapper was,
Facts.
like you know. What
That's
I
why
mean? Like,
Kanye is in my top 5.
Yeah,
because
Kanye's got to be up there. For
yeah,
sure,
yeah,
with
he's
the
just
music,
that
yeah.
guy for me. So like, it's
yeah, Kanye is definitely up there.
Drake and the third. I don't
The
know.
reason why I don't put Jay-Z way up there like that is because Jay-Z, like most of his hot records, it's like he had a great producer on it. It's like it's not just like Jay-Z makes hot records. It's like like I like his songs with Pharrell and shit.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. But
Bro, I've been saying that niggas call me like a hater.
What?
That he just doesn't make hot records to me.
Mm-hmm.
Jay just doesn't. And I
What do you
literally
mean-
like,
what do you
that same
mean by
thing.
He's a
hot
couple. He's a
records?
couple.
As in, like when I listen to it, I don't feel like, oh, this sounds
What's
amazing.
a hot record?
You've never heard Jigga What and said that sounds amazing.
Nah.
You've never heard
It-
H to the Izzo and that sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
that one
You
for
niggas
sure.
are you
That
niggas
one
are
for sure.
bugging right
Big
now.
Pimpin',
that
I
one
love
for sure.
Black
That's
Pimpin', yeah,
Kanye.
yeah.
That's Kanye though. That's
Big
Kanye.
pimping and stuff, right?
How is that? How do you
what
get
more
to?
can I say? You've never heard What More Can I Say?
That's
and you're
Pharrell.
like,
That's Pharrell. That's what I'm saying to you. It's like when he has a
But
hot
when do you
producer,
get to
he's
when do
great.
you
I
get
don't
to
think
decide
What
who
More Can I
takes
Say
credit
is
for the
Pharrell.
song if he's
No,
writing
no,
it?
I'm not.
it's
Listen.
just
I'm
He's
not hating,
writing the
guys.
song, and
Listen,
by the
guys,
way, he's
guys.
not writing it.
Hold on.
It's in his head.
Everyone's jumping
Oh, yeah,
jumping
off
on
the
me.
dome.
Off the dome.
Everyone's jumping on me. I'm saying Biggie Smalls. You just give him a beat, it's a hit. It don't matter. Jay-Z, you got to give him the hook. You got to give him some children singing Hard Knock Life and shit like that.
so then what
You
about
see what I'm saying?
Kanye?
No. That's a crazy
Kanye is
comparison.
making movies. What are you talking about? What
Thank
about
you.
Kanye?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy
But you're
comparison.
so-
It's
Yeah.
not a crazy comparison.
It is
The
a
nigga has
crazy-
40 writers.
So if we're
Yo,
comparing,
we're talking-
You're comparing one person who doesn't
I
write
don't care.
anything.
I don't care
If
about
and a person that
We're
wrote with
talking about
40
the final
people.
product. We're talking about the
Yeah,
final
that's
So
product.
how do you get to
Final
talk about a
product.
final product, but then when it's Jay-Z, not Pharrell did that. Kanye did that.
Because who's coming up with the
Because
hooks?
I'm talking about
So who's coming up with the words for Kanye?
Nah, I'm talking about
40
a lot of-
people
I'm
wrote
I'm talking
those
about
songs.
totality though. In totality.
Why is it totality when it's Kanye,
You're
but not
not-
totality
but
when it's
with who?
Jay-Z?
Jay makes
You're picking and
records.
choosing.
Hold
No,
on.
no, no,
Is
no,
it
no.
picking and choosing?
Jay
'Cause,
makes
like,
records
bro,
that are
okay.
like that.
You guys, I don't think you guys are.
You
I don't
guys
think
are
you guys
saying
hearing
you
what
guys
we're
are saying
Yeah,
that
they're not.
Jay-Z's not the only
Nah, you guys
person
aren't letting me land.
creating the
You guys
song.
aren't letting
Let
me
him land,
land.
bro.
You guys
Go
aren't
ahead,
letting me
man.
land.
Y'all niggas landed and we're
My
wrong.
boys on the plane
Nah,
trying to
how,
land,
bro?
fam.
I'm saying you could hear a whole Kanye song. It's all Kanye's vocals on it, or he made the beat and sampled this, that, and the third, and it sounds like a hit record.
and he did not write those bars.
Like, what does it matter if he wrote it and sang
I'll
it?
say this myself. When niggas were saying that about Drake, I did not care. When niggas say that about Michael Jackson, I
So
don't
why do you care when it comes to Jay-Z?
Jay-Z writes
You
all
just
his
said-
own lyrics.
but you
I'm saying
just
he
said
can't
that
make.
Pharrell
I'm
made the
saying he
hook.
can't make a catchy hook. Even his own voice isn't even a catchy hook. Like you got to think about the hit records. It's someone else's voice
disagree.
is on
That's
the
not
hook.
true.
I disagree.
That's
That's
just me
not
personally. That's
true.
how I feel.
I
Jigga
disagree.
what? Like
Jigga
all
what?
of
It's a
them
girl
because-
saying it.
just
She's saying,
because-
she's
just
saying
because
Jigga
all of-
what? Jigga who? It's a girl's voice right there. It's not him
It's
saying
not
that.
only the girl's voice, it's also
All
him.
of Reasonable Doubt is him.
Oh, like I said, reasonable doubt is a good one.
Jay-Z wrote for other people. I know all that, but I'm just talking in terms of you can't say Jay-Z is
I
not
think, yeah.
as good as Kanye because he doesn't sing his hooks.
I think we're
Oh,
giving.
well, no, that's literally what I'm saying though.
Kanye doesn't write his
that's
hooks.
I think that's why Kanye
I'm just
and
talking
Drake
about
and
how it makes
Biggie
me
have an
feel.
advantage, and that would be my
I'm
top.
just talking about my feelings. I'm just talking about a
I'm just
Kanye
saying how it
song.
makes
Yeah.
me feel.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And I'm just talking about how Jay-Z
Yeah,
makes
it's-
me feel,
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
boss.
I get
That's
it.
Like,
crazy.
it's to me to nitpick at Jay-Z because of hooks, but then not nitpick at Kanye for not writing his own fucking songs.
You're taking
is
it the wrong
absolutely
way.
insane.
When
No, I think
I
we're-
hear
I
these
think
other
we're
niggas, when I hear
moving the
Drake and these guys,
goalposts,
right?
some guys.
When I hear Drake and these guys, these are hot records that I know. It doesn't matter who's producing the record. These guys are hot records. Drake, Biggie, Kanye. But when it comes to Jay-Z, there's a lot of Jay-Z songs that even other niggas say, "Oh, this is a hot record." I'm like, it doesn't do like I'm more of a Nas
So
guy.
music
really,
is just
me
subjective.
personally.
We're just gonna go
Yeah.
to subjective.
Yeah, of course it's subjective.
So
yeah.
that it's not about. It's just you're not
Nas
feeling
is-
it.
if respectfully,
It's not
I-
about
It doesn't
his
hit the same
actual
way for
skill
me.
level
As a
compared
Nas.
to
like-
another
like-
artist's
like
skill level,
vocally-
which is what you guys
like
are arguing.
vocally,
That's what I'm saying.
sonically.
But I literally just closed it by saying how I feel about the
Yeah,
music.
no, you were talking about how it feels, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying in terms of nitpicking at whose hook did what and how did the song make you feel?
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
Andre
saying.
3000
All right,
album.
so regardless of who wrote the hook,
I smoked
how did
so
Jay-Z
much
songs
to
make
it,
you feel? You
I
guys
feel
did not
less
feel them.
stressed.
Some of them,
So
some of
that's
them.
all it is.
More rappers
That's
that
all it
make you
is.
flute music personally.
What?
Andre 3000's album? I don't know about y'all niggas, but I'm very stressed in my life, and I need shit to calm me down.
I've seen a lot of people with that sentiment.
And brother,
I've seen a lot of people with that
nigga
sentiment.
Hit the flutes
It made me wanna get a
and
massage,
motherfucker-
bro. I'm not gonna
that
lie.
shit sounded like a massage, like whatever
Yeah.
Reiki is.
Like a spa
That's how
vibe?
that shit
Yeah, I
was.
wanted to go get literally wanted to book a
man.
massage. Like,
I
need
promise
this.
you, it's actually relaxing music.
It is.
And I don't know if we have enough relaxing music sometimes in our lives, but that nigga seems like he's figured out whatever relaxation
But I
is.
still wanna
I
hear
love
a
Andre
verse.
3000.
He's been
man.
relaxing
a
for
great
years.
musician, man.
Yeah,
Man, he's been relaxing, bricked up for
that
years.
nigga's just
Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Jimmy, you're on a podcast now.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
a pod.
Northern
Whoa,
Ruckus,
just peep
man.
this.
Tune in.
Yeah,
Northern
man, plug
Ruckus.
your shit, dog. Let them know where to find you.
At Northern Ruckus with 2 S's on the Ruckus. We're out here trying to be like, the top Canadian podcast. I know you guys are trying to do it too, but a little competition.
We're not
good,
trying.
you know?
We did it.
I don't know about all that, man. You don't want to start the podcast beef,
Ooh,
man. You get
let's
sticky.
Talk that talk. Drop some
Pod
bombs.
Wars,
Drop
baby!
some bombs, dog.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach.
Northern
Yeah,
Ruckus.
man.
Make sure you
Northern
guys check out
Ruckus.
the pod. Any boxing events coming up?
Nah. Right now I'm chilling on the box. I still train all the time, but I don't got no fights coming up.
True.
Yeah,
Duke,
just
you
trying
want to get in there?
Nah, no.
Yo,
Hey, if you guys
we
wanna
gonna
pull up
start
to the,
pod boxing?
Yeah, you guys want to pull up to the
Fuck
to
a
the boxing
YouTuber.
thing, you guys are welcome to come. Man.
say no
I'm
more,
at the
bro.
gym every day. You know what I'm saying?
Pod boxing?
It's out by me, like Welland area.
Niggas can only listen to it?
I'm way out there.
You're way out there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I hear it. He got me. He got me.
I'm bricked up.
Get out the gym, brother. Get out the gym.
Thank you guys for tuning in another week, another banger. I'm Marlon,
I'm Duke.
and this was the Extra Gravy. Skr.